Okay. I think that's good. You got this on there yet?
Yeah.
You got this on there yet? Turn it down.
Yeah.
Who was on here?
Mm.
Terry Bell, Cindy G. She calls us kids.
I love that.
And Ron. Skip, did you? I guess she's saying bye. It says but. Or you buy Sue flowers? Nah, she buys these stuff herself. She buys them all the time. There's some sitting over here, 2 or 3 pots over here. I think there's 1 or 2 in the garage. I don't even know where they're all at.
I don't require a whole lot. I just love flowers, and they're no big deal. Oh, Jacksonville, Rick and Shannon. Well,
Huh?
hello.
What?
Jacksonville, Rick and Shannon from Jacksonville.
Cool.
Johnny N.
What's Jacksonville known for?
I don't know.
Navy.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tony K. Johnny N. Elaine. Hey. Beautiful day here. Y'all should be here.
I see rain clouds out west starting to build up. It's that time of year again.
Yeah, it's actually it was predicted all week long. But
every afternoon, get about a 20-minute shower.
Now the rainy season hasn't started yet. This is kind of
It's the start of it.
Yeah, the rainy season in June we get rain every day. A lot of people don't know that, but we do. But sometimes it's a 5-minute shower and sun comes back out and you're good to go. And it's usually a relief. It kind of cools things down a little bit because by the time the rainy season starts, it's hot. I mean, in the 90s hot. And so that, like I said, not so bad having rain every once in a while. But if you're coming down for a vacation, you see rain all week long, don't sweat it because it doesn't stop you from doing anything. Because like I said, it's usually a 5-10 minute shower and that's about it.
You ever watched any of our old golf cart rides? And they're still on there. There's 2 or 3 of them on there where Sue and I took a golf cart ride and went up to Lake Sumter Landing for, I don't even know what, shopping or something. And between leaving Lake Sumter Landing and getting here, we run into sudden showers. And when we have a shower here,
it's not just a shower.
Yeah, it'll flood the golf cart trails in spots real quick. And so I did video inside the golf cart to show everybody what it looks like to drive in the rain in a golf cart. And it's different because we don't have windshield wipers and things like that. But being old bike riders, we know how to handle the rain. So, but anyway, it's that's just the way it is. You can get in your golf cart to go somewhere, and between here and there, all of a sudden it's a sudden downpour. 15 minutes later, sun comes out and it's gone.
Yeah. And I said that particular trip, it just kept raining and raining and raining. And we did not know there's a tropical storm coming through. And like I said, it dumps rain here. It doesn't just rain, it dumps rain when the tropical storms come. But I said, looks nice out here today. And
Don't leave your keys in a golf cart t-shirts. Available in my store down below.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon. Probably this evening after it cools off. They usually say, I think, when it gets the hottest is when you got the chance of rain.
Jerry's picking on me already. So Skip needs a 5-minute shower. Actually, what I'd like to have is about a 20-minute hot tub.
Yeah. Well, you know how to do that.
There they are.
Oh my gosh. Half hour they weren't, like I said, they do.
These people are the slowest mowing people I ever seen in my life. He's been here for over an hour.
They said they do several yards all the way down.
They do two yards.
Well, okay. Okay, let's see. What's everybody got to say today? You can hear the birds in the background? Maybe. Uh, Cloudy and 50 degrees here. That's Kevin. So there in Kevin says cloudy and 50 degrees there. What, in Rhode Island?
Jockway?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And
They got a new baby,
I know.
a new grandbaby. I saw it on
Noah
Facebook.
Robert. I said, that's, what's Geo think? I bet he just tickled to death, have a baby. Geo's the other grandson. Grinko Loco says he's also sitting on his porch.
Yeah, I think that's Gary's golf cart.
Okay.
The more I look at it, that guy looked familiar.
May have bought it, or
That's not her brother or whatever.
I don't have any idea.
I don't
Never
either.
met him, bro. Somebody has to
Wish I could show you a picture of this going over here. They just like standing spots, run. I swear to God, they're doing it on purpose. I'm going to lose it someday.
Oh, KM, hello. I'm on the train from Berlin to Heidelberg at 6:06 p.m. Well, hi. My goodness. How did you get to take a trip like that? That sounds cool.
Did you just now get your cart stolen, Skip? No. I don't know what makes you even ask that. What makes you think I got my cart stolen?
Don't know. Maybe you've seen one like it. See one that says Skip and Sue on it? There's other Skip and Sue's
Yeah,
here.
mine's got my name and stuff on it anyway.
Yeah.
And the other Skip and Sue's ain't the same color as mine. But no. And just so you know, I said years ago that as the Villages grows, I can see a need for every golf cart being registered in some way.
That's the big thing that's going on now.
Yeah, it's starting to go on now where people are starting to say, should we register our golf carts? I said it 2 years ago. I can see a need for it. Golf carts get stolen. They can't trace them. You drive them around for forever. You can't, it's almost impossible to prove that that's my golf cart unless you got all the prior paperwork, which I do. But the odds are if they steal your golf cart, you ain't never going to see it again. They just disappear. I don't know where they disappear. They paint them, they tear them apart, sell the parts. And people hit and run all the time at night. They get drunk, they run into a car, they just keep going. And when the cop says, "Did you see it?" "Yeah, I saw it." "Well, who was it?" "Well, it was a white golf cart." Well, that narrows it down,
Yeah.
So I can see, and I can also see something happening here in the future. Probably not in my lifetime, but I can see if this place keeps growing, I can see a golf cart permit that you'll either have to get to operate a golf cart, or you'll have to have a valid driver's license with a golf cart endorsement on it and proper ID. So the law says you only got to be 14 years old to operate a golf cart with no driver's license, but I can see where they're going to force people to get a golf cart permit with proper ID to operate that golf cart.
Yeah, and they're starting to have conferences about it now. So
Yeah,
I think it's coming. It's down the pike.
it's coming. Be prepared, people. I told you.
David Perry said, "Did you experience any of that hail that they had in Orlando area?"
Hail?
We remember I showed you
Tim had it over in Tampa.
in Plant City. Yeah,
That's a sign of a tornado, by the way.
Yeah, and I said when the granddaughters sent pictures up, and they had some pretty good sized hail there, and it was kind of scary because they said for us it's a sign of tornado.
Aggravated Progress said I just said it. No, I didn't. I never said nothing about my golf cart being stolen. It was golf carts went by, and I asked Sue. I said, "Is that Gary's old golf cart? Because it looks familiar to me, but I don't recognize the driver." That's what I said. I never said anything about my golf cart being stolen. So don't put words in my mouth.
Quit yelling.
Oh. Want to buy it?
Aggravated Progressive said they had hail in the Trailer Park Village yesterday.
Who?
Aggravated Progressive. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where they're at.
Well, I don't have any idea,
They
but
could be in northern part of Michigan.
that's true. But like I said, the southern part from Orlando down, they
Look
got.
up there. Look up there on the roof of that house. Look at them. They're all attacking that big black raven or whatever it is. See him? They're chasing him off.
Well, good.
Those mockingbirds are very territorial during nesting season.
Really?
They will attack anything. Dogs, cats. I think it's funny.
Yeah, Breeze, I think they do it sometimes just to aggravate him. They know we're out here, and you can tell by the setup here that we're doing something. But that's their regular time. They did change to Thursday, but they're back to Wednesday again. So
I think it's because when Becky and them was over here, they knew we did Porch Settin on Wednesday. And I think they may have asked them, can you either come early in the morning? Most of them at Moe here, by the way, they do it early in the morning when it's cooler. And I don't mean like, 5 o'clock. I'm talking usually around 7, 8-ish. 7 o'clock, the contractor's allowed to come in. So, and our guy was here earlier this morning. Here, he mowed 4 yards, edge blowed, and was gone in 45 minutes. And these people over here are here for 2 hours to do 1 yard.
Yeah. KM, I'm curious, what are you on vacation in Heidelberg, or are you just you on business? I'd love to be there. I'd love to be in that area, truthfully. I've got a cousin that lives in Freudenberg, and I'd like to go visit him someday.
They threw him out of our country. He was a German spy.
He retired from the military. He married a lady over there.
The American military?
Yes, the American military. But yeah, it's
Somebody's from where do they say Twin Cities, and Welter, so it's 49 degrees up there.
Yeah.
Well.
And Rizzo just got back from Talladega. They got decent weather up there, I think. They've been having a lot of storms to the north of us. So.
Oh, Rizzo. Yeah, he said he was going to go up to, I think he said he was going to take his RV up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did or not, but I think that's what he said.
Oh, train is going 125 miles per hour. Beautiful country. Yeah, Germany is very, very pretty. And
how do you know? You ain't never been there.
He sent me tons of pictures.
Well, how do you know you don't pick them pictures out? There's a mountain. Let me stand over here by this mountain. Don't take the picture of that slum over here. Take a picture of that mountain in the background.
No, it's a touristy area where he's at. He's next to the Freudenberg Castle. He's in the Hunt House next to the Freudenberg Castle.
I have no idea about where any of that is.
But yeah, I would love to go visit that someday because I've heard so much about it. And like I said, he went over there, got married, and stayed there. And then he retired from the military over there. But his wife is German, and like I said, they got a beautiful place there. Like I said, I'd love to see it.
AJ Wells, no, there will be no WNL this month. There was none last month. There's none this month, and next month is maybe.
Yeah, we're not getting the we're not getting the participation
on that show that I need to keep it going. And I tried to get the word out there that we have to get more people, and we just weren't getting it. And after we had Scooter the DJ on, the #1 entertainment here, and the views on that was so piss poor, I was embarrassed by it. And so I haven't had WNL since. And it's very possible we might put no, we are. WNL is going to go in hiatus. We're going to have one last show. That'll be show number 36. That'll be 3 years, marking 3 years. And we're going to put it in a long-term hiatus for an extended period of time with a question mark at the end of it, that we may do it just once in a while, maybe.
And then rework some things. So, it'll be maybe a little different. But yeah, we just wasn't getting the response that we really wanted from it. And it took a lot. It took a lot to put that show on. It's a lot of technical work.
6 to 8 people volunteering their time. And if nobody's going to come, I'm wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
And I said to you, if you guys want us to continue the show, there's 2 things we need. One is views, and 2, super chats and super stickers. And a lot of them did. A lot of them did. and that keeps the prices going. And at one point, we thought about just cutting the game show altogether. I remember we talked about that, making the show shorter possibly. We worked on it a lot, and I just come to the conclusion that after we had Scooter on, and then the lady that started the lady from the Rockettes come down here and started her own dancing class, which I thought was super cool. And the participation on those two videos was so poor. I was just so disappointed that I just don't have the ambition to do WNL anymore.
So we have to think about whether it's, it's a wise thing to do. A show once a month, it's hard to keep your people. I mean, and we've got some of our loyal people has been with us since day one. And I am thrilled that we have kept all of them, but it's getting the new people in, and it's not bringing in the amount that we need to keep it going. So they said, we got to do some reworking and think about it, but it's going to be on hiatus for a while. Yeah. Okay. Hey, William. And Kayen said their place in Port St. Lucie got a lot of rain yesterday. Well, we got some yesterday, and the day before too. We didn't get a lot, but we got some, which is good because this part of Florida is like 7 inches below what it should be for this time of year. So we really need the rain, and I don't farm anymore, so I don't care. But you got to feed your plants all the time because of not having the rain. But yeah, we didn't.
We've had the rain like every day for a week. It rained last night.
That's what I said yesterday, and the day before it did.
A week. We went to town the other day. Oh, it's sprinkling. We went and had a dinner the day before that. Oh, it looks like it's going to start sprinkling. We went in some more and came out and I said, look here, the streets are all wet already.
Yeah, okay. We still could use some rain.
I'm not saying we had a lot of rain, but I'm just saying we've had some wetness.
And Kyle said they took the RV over to storage yesterday and got caught in a hailstorm. Yeah, it was, we didn't get any of that. But like I said, I know all the way around us. And from Orlando, Tampa, those areas, they got a lot of it. Like I said, our granddaughter's stepfather had sent us put some pictures on Facebook. He didn't send them to us, but put some on Facebook and showed how much of the hail that they got. And it was, like I said, I was kind of worried about them because we know that that's a precursor to tornadoes. And that's, everybody looks for the hurricanes here in Florida, and they're all up in arms about the hurricanes, but the most damage that's done here has been done by tornadoes. And we're used to them from Indiana. We're used to the tornadoes. So
I laugh at them as they go by.
Yeah, but we know that the hail.
You call that a tornado? Let me tell you about a tornado.
Oh, God, don't get started.
Back when I was a kid.
Oh, and Brian Johnson says, how about a don't leave your keys in the golf cart sticker for golf carts? That's a good idea. That really is. We haven't got any up on the...
it's all about the design.
Yeah. Well, you can use the same design you got.
I don't know.
But you're not liking it?
There's all kinds of stickers. I mean, I've been looking into it. First of all, you get different sizes. 2-inch round, 4-inch round, 6-inch round, whatever. And you get oval shapes. You get square ones. You get all kinds of stickers. Now, you also get stickers that are made out of one material, stickers made out of another material. Well, if you're going to put it on a golf cart, really you need to get, I don't even know what it's called, but it's an outdoor sticker. It's weatherproof. Rain doesn't make it go bad. The sun doesn't fade it out. It doesn't get loose and fall off. And those stickers, believe it or not, I can't find a good price on them. For me to have my design put on it, you got to buy 1,000 of them to start with. And I'm thinking they were something like around $12 to $13 per sticker. My cost. I'm not paying $13,000 for stickers to give them away. So I'm still looking. If you know of any, send me the link.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that do the stickers, and you can get them here done locally. And I know they're not that much. Aggravated professor, do you see what says, sorry if you thought I was putting words in your mouth, Skip. You just blurred out, don't leave your keys in the golf cart, so I asked if someone stole your cart. You understand?
I'm selling my merch. Don't leave your keys in the golf cart. I said the shirts are available in the store below.
Yeah. Cam says Castle is beautiful. Yeah, I know. And
You can also get coffee mugs.
the Friedenberg Castle, there's not much left of it, but it's the area is beautiful. The pictures he sends me, the area is just beautiful because he lives down the trail from the castle, and I said he takes his dogs, he walks them up to the castle, and so I've seen a lot of video and what have you, and it's just a beautiful area. It really is. But
Ford guy is on.
Yeah, I'm very envious that you're taking that trip.
Ford guy, you get them shelves put up yet? Or are you procrastinating? Says, hey kids, how high are the homeowners insurance and property taxes? Well, I can tell you ours hasn't went anywhere, I don't think, has it? For the last few years, property taxes here is about the same.
It's been a little back and forth.
Not property taxes. It went up 25% like 5 years ago. They argued about it. It came down, and then they argued about it some more. But it's just been kind of fluctuating right there. It hasn't really done anything.
Yeah.
Our property insurance is about the same, right? The last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't really done
about
anything.
The same, yeah.
And we haven't been threatened by our insurance about replacing the shingles on our house either.
Yeah, the new people are seeing that online, and they're really worried about coming down here and have to put a new roof if they buy a used home. And
not to say you won't have to. I'm just telling you what we're experiencing.
Yeah.
And we're not experiencing anybody threatening us with anything.
No, we aren't to the 10-year mark yet. We are going on 9. And I said, so far, my house insurance has fluctuated a little bit, but not in the range that people are talking about, doubling and that kind of thing.
No.
And
I don't even know how much it fluctuates. I never see it.
Yeah, you don't.
So what do you mean when you say fluctuate? From what to what?
It may fluctuate. $50, $300 to $500 now.
A year?
Yes.
That's a lot.
Well, it always has. I mean, no matter where we lived, it always has.
Yeah, it'd go up 300. Does it go down 300?
You get a new quote every year.
That ain't what I asked. You keep saying it fluctuates. Fluctuating means it goes up and then it goes down, and then it goes up and then it goes down. That's fluctuating. What doesn't fluctuate is when it goes up 300 and then stays there.
Okay, so I guess it goes up 300 and stays there, but normally it's at like 100 a year. This went up since we've been here.
So I've been here 9 years. You're saying my insurance has went up $900 since I bought this house?
No, maybe not quite that much, but yeah. I mean, it's a little bit more every year. Everybody's does.
Well, how much is my insurance here? We have full replacement value a year. Seriously, how much, roughly? You don't know.
No, I'd
pay the bill.
I'd have to get the paperwork out.
Oh, you pay about a month.
No, well, yeah, but I mean, I don't remember all that stuff. I'd have to look it up.
1,000? I don't know. 2,000?
No, it's not 2,000. No, it's like
1,600.
Yeah.
There you go. About 1,600 a year.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'm guessing because
we're just giving you rough average what we pay. Yeah. Our house right now has went down in value. At one point, it was worth $450. Now it's down to about $379.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Listen, you can ask what you want. The buyer of the house will tell you what that house is worth. So when people say, well, I see on the website the houses went up in value, blah, blah, blah. Don't even go by that. Okay. The villages don't set the price on used homes. They don't set the price on new homes, if you want to hear some fact. They can say we want this amount, but we, the buyer, we set the price on homes around here. If they don't sell, the price keeps coming down.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's not in the 300.
Real estate 101. I'll tell you another little real estate 101 if you're wanting to invest in property. My granddaughter used to do that. Papa, this is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do.
You get wound up sometimes.
When you buy a home in a neighborhood, if you want to, I know retirement's a little different, but buy the cheapest home in that neighborhood. You will make the most percentage profit than everybody else.
It's on used homes. Used homes.
That's what I just said. I said I can't speak for new homes, but I'm just saying on used homes.
And J-Biz, good to see you. The fellow Hoosier.
J-Biz.
Bright and 53. Well, what part of Indiana are you in, J-Biz?
They're in anywhere in Indiana. It's a good area.
If it's 53, it's good weather.
I got to tell you, we met people the other day. Don't remember their name already. They came here.
Yeah, yeah.
What was their name? You don't know either. We forget names. Anyway, and they're from Indiana. Actually, they was from Carmel, Indiana, which has, by the way, I think in the world more roundabouts in Carmel than anywhere else in the world. Which I find that hard to believe because I know when you get to England and places like that, they're everywhere. But anyway, let's just say in America, anyway, they probably got more roundabouts than anybody.
Yeah.
So they know how to negotiate roundabouts. Well, we're talking to them. They only stopped by just to say hi. We ended up talking for 4 hours in here. There's just something about when you talk to people that's from your home state, you can relate to everything.
Well, you're that way with everybody, though. You talk and talk and
Well, I
talk.
do talk too much, I think, sometimes. I need to learn to shut up and just say goodbye and walk away.
Well, no, I
But
mean...
then people tell me I'm rude.
No, like I said, it's just... we had a good time. We talked to them. They're down here on a lifestyle visit. And they're looking to buy eventually. And so they wanted to know what was the high points about here, what to go see. And, of course, we told them to go to Eisenhower. You have to go see Eisenhower. It's just one-of-a-kind kind of place. They don't spare any money when it comes to these rec centers.
Regional rec centers.
Well, any of them, actually.
Those regionals are exceptional.
Yeah, yeah. And but they had just got here. They hadn't done a whole lot yet. They went around with the realtor one day. And so I told them they were in for a treat because there's a lot to see here. Sometimes a week don't do it. Okay, Brian Smith, just wanted to say hello. Brian and Kathy from Michigan. Well, hello. We are preparing to buy in the Villages later this summer. And Skip, I have enjoyed your news reports.
I'm having fun with them. I got a couple of comments. I got one real nasty, well, I call it nasty comment the other day. I get them every now and then. As a YouTuber, you learn to just let that stuff roll off your back. And then you learn where that block button's at real quick. They're gone.
Oh.
So, hey, we sent me a thing and they're saying, oh, another YouTuber trying to be a professional newsman. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just looking for something different to do. And I just thought reading the news and showing some pictures would be just kind of a little entertaining for you. And it would also maybe give you a different view of some things that goes on around here. That's all. That's all I'm doing. I'm having fun with it. The little desk I put out front, I'll tell you why I done that. I watch another guy's YouTube channel. And he does, not news, but he does something similar to that. And he has, and I told Sue about it. I said, he's got like 3D stuff. I mean, I got a green screen. He had a green screen, but everything he does is like 3D. And I was trying to figure out, how does he do that? Because, if he can do it, I can do it, but I just don't know how to do it. So I was messing around. And then I figured out how to put the desk in front of me where it looks like it's got a little computer on it and a little microphone right there. I'm just having fun with it. That's all. On this coming Friday's news, you'll see 2 different desks. You'll see 2 different sizes of me. Little me behind the desk, big me behind the desk. And watch the video. I wasn't really good at it, but I'm playing with it. There's a ghost kitty on that news channel. So if you watch, you'll see the ghost kitty.
Ghost kitty. Oh, my goodness.
Just playing around, that's all.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're looking for a professional news channel and you're looking for somebody on YouTube that's very professional about it, who's the guy Fox just fired?
Fox just fired. Oh, Carlson. Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. He's got a YouTube channel. Go watch him.
I'd rather not. But yeah, poor guy says. He's talking about the insurance. Yeah, insurance did go high, but like I said, we didn't get the kind of things that I've heard people talk about. Some people talk about their insurance doubling. And we didn't have that kind of thing. Not yet. It renews again in August, I believe.
I wonder if that could go by county. Like Marion County has a lot of accident rates up there, and so insurance will go higher there than, say, Sumter County has less accident rates here. I don't know that. I don't know how it works.
I don't either, but, I know that they have just like with your car, how many unlicensed drivers or uninsured drivers has accidents, and that makes everybody else's insurance go up. But
yeah, don't you love it? You can be the safest driver in the world. Never had an accident or a ticket or anything in your whole life, but your insurance rates keeps going up because other people keep having wrecks and stuff, and you got to pay the price. There's something wrong with that. They should be the one paying the price. We should be getting discounts for being a safe driver.
Yeah. Oh, well, Jackie, I'm glad you love the channel. Yeah, I said, we usually don't have a subject in mind. We kind of let you guys pick that out.
We just come here
talk to
shoot the bull.
Like, if you've got a subject in mind you want to ask us, that's, that's good. Somebody said they loved your call-in show. When are you going to do another call-in?
I put a short out 2 days ago, I think, saying, are you guys ready for another call-in show? If you are, make a comment below this video and I'll look at it. And if I get enough comments, I will do it. This is going to be like a WNL show. If you don't comment and you just watch it, and I'm telling you, I'm going to look for the comments, then and if they're not there, I'm not going to do it. So I haven't looked.
Yeah. Hello.
I brought gifts.
Oh, you brought gifts.
The dog?
Oh, no, you can't have my dog.
Oh.
I'll give her back anyway.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Hi, baby.
Come here.
Is that the one that likes to bark at you?
And what?
I said, is that the one that likes to bark at you?
Yeah.
No, she don't bark at me, does she?
Yes. She went all around the house barking at you.
Bark at you.
She did?
Go give him kisses.
I guess I don't remember.
Hi, baby.
Come here. Did you bark at me all day? Come here. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Careful.
thank you.
Come here.
From the Florida Keys.
Ah,
Come here.
hi, baby.
Where's the old man?
He's not done with his chores. He's got love bugs on his truck.
Oh,
Here. Let me
hi,
move this.
baby.
Let me move this camera so we get everybody. Yes, we get everybody. I can put it over here.
Yeah.
Do I see everybody?
There we go.
I think I do. There we go.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And Jay Biz is from Greenfield.
Huh?
Jay Biz is from Greenfield.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, Greenfield's not that bad.
Well, it's not now. There was a day.
Not as nice as Florida, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Greenfield. It's an industrial town. Indiana's just an industrial state. Farming and factories, basically. That's what Indiana is. She just got a bath?
She got a bath yesterday.
I was going to say, she looks like it. She's all fluffed up.
She hasn't got brushed yet.
Oh,
Oh,
So, yeah, she was wet when she went to bed last night. Here, we'll just let her wander around.
okay. Yeah, you know that the little table, it took me a while, just like you said you did the short about call-ins. I didn't see it. So I don't know how anybody else seen it.
when you put up a short, it just notifies everybody that's subscribed.
I
Well,
saw it.
it
I
didn't.
saw it.
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't see it. So
I've come to the conclusion that people say they don't get notified. They got the settings in their phone wrong.
Maybe.
oh my gosh, you
There's
know.
there's a notification. You can make your phone buzz. You can make it vibrate. You can make it go
I think
ding dong.
I think we were on the road. Look what she did. Probably.
Uh-oh.
You ain't been here 5 minutes and you're a problem already.
All tangled up. So. Oh, and Elaine, that's the new layout you had for last
Come over
week's show.
here, Peanut.
Then Gringo
Come
Loco
here.
says,
Come
Skip,
here.
here's a video idea. Top 10 villages golf courses.
Slow down.
People love lists, and YouTube algorithm does
Can I
too.
pick you up?
We are,
There you go.
I got to tell you, Gringo,
Is that
we
good?
have something
No.
in the pipeline that's coming that's on that
Nobody
order.
has ever gotten away with
We
that.
want to do it a little bit different,
You're okay.
so it will not be just
Just
us.
real nervous
It will
at
be
a
the
new
whole,
place, huh? New place, new people,
the whole
new
WNL
smells,
crew
new everything.
will give their
Well,
opinion
down. Okay.
of certain
Okay.
things
I'll
here.
let you down. I'll let you down.
I think it'll be interesting.
Nope.
Let's
Man,
see.
you're picky. You're picky.
But she's not barking at you,
Isn't
honey.
she cute?
No.
Yeah.
So fresh and clean. I should have brushed her before I came, but I didn't.
Yeah. What?
There you are.
Oh, he
Mm.
smells them.
Smells what?
Biscuits.
Oh.
You know, Susie's got a pocket full of biscuits.
Next time, make her sit and show you her paw.
Oh, okay. I will do that. Yes. Can you do that, huh? You show me your paw?
Sit. Sit, Delilah. Show her your paw.
Oh, how cute. That's very cute. I got to dig out my biscuits because they're in my pocket. Very good. Yes.
Isn't that cute how she does that?
Yes.
You
I've never
teach
seen
her
her
that,
do
or is
that,
it
so-
a natural thing
Bill
for her?
taught her that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get her at bedtime. She wants her treat at bedtime, and I put her up on the bed and I make her wait until I'm ready before she gets it, and then I ask her who is the cutest puppy in all of the world, and she'll bark, she'll sit, She'll show me her paw, and then she'll stand on her hind legs. She doesn't
well,
know which
you know,
one I
don't
want,
ya?
so she's just going to get them all out of the
See,
way.
I know.
You want something to drink?
No, I'm good.
Tea? Wine?
I actually
beer?
have the water right there. I'm
Whiskey?
Good. Nah.
Water?
I did have a gin and tonic the other day, which I decided I liked. It was made with an orange Tanqueray.
Yeah.
That was good.
I can tell you, years ago, I used to drink gin. It's weird. Gin and 7-Up.
Yeah.
And it is so good that I just don't even drink it anymore because
It kind of funnels it, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just so sweet, and you just drink it, and then next thing you know, you've had too much.
Yeah. There you go. Our neighbor came home the other day, and she got a hole-in-one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thrilled.
So she was thrilled. So she, instead of going out for drinks, she made drinks. Everybody got gin and tonic. I said, well, I never had it. I'll try it. It was good. It was
That's just not even fair. You know, I've played golf since I was in my 20s, and here I am 70. I've never had a hole-in-one, you know.
I guess she played when she was younger in high school, and then didn't play for 20-some years. And then when they moved here, they started playing again, and got a hole-in-one.
Oh, how nice.
That one's yours.
So when did you guys get back up here?
So
I got back up here.
I got presents. It's cute.
April
says
3rd,
Marathon,
I think we
Florida.
got back.
Okay.
And then we went to Talladega for
Very
6
nice.
days.
Very
I knew he
nice.
said, did you
Love
take the
these big
RV up
coffee
there,
cups.
Talladega?
I mean, I love my
You take the
Villages
RV to
cups, but
Talladega?
Yeah, we took the
I
RV.
think
you know, I
that's what I thought he
have
said.
people bringing me cups all the time, and I love these big ones. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
There's
it.
one for Skip too. I know he don't want coffee, but he can put his beer in it or something.
No,
I
he
mean,
does
I don't
coffee in
have
the morning.
coffee.
I'm just teasing.
I was going to say, I'm an old trucker. I love coffee.
I know.
My problem is I got to remind myself, 2 cups, that's it, you're done. 2 cups.
I have one. Bill has 2.
Do you?
Yeah.
I used to drink 2 or 3 pots a day.
His has dolphins on it. 2 or 3 pots?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
But truckers lived on coffee back in the day.
Yeah.
You went into a truck stop. Every truck that went into a truck stop had a thermos. And it was just an old ritual back then that if you was a trucker, you got all your coffee you wanted for free.
Huh.
So that's what we did.
Oh, and then Jerry says, Kyle, welcome to Shooting the Bull.
Shooting the bull.
I'm shooting the bull.
Yeah. Ann Weller says, you are so lucky I'm up here still in the cold trying to figure out what my next move is. She's talking to Patrick Butler, I believe.
Who's that?
Ann Welter.
What does she say?
She says, you are so lucky I'm up here still in the cold trying to figure out what my next move is.
Tell her what her next move ought to be.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Yeah, just quit messing around. Yeah. Quit messing around.
Hurry up.
KM says, Skip, you got to come visit me.
All you need is a t-shirt, some shorts, and some flip-flops. Come on down.
Then we need to do a live show. Skip goes on the road.
Yeah, you just call a real estate guy, put the house up for sale, take an offer, buy it, take your money, put it in the bank, donate all your furniture to whoever, take your family stuff, put it in a van, come on down, find a house, put a down payment on it. That's it. That's how it works, right?
Yep.
Easy peasy.
We have some friends of ours that live on Flamingo Island where we live down in the Keys. And I was walking my dog one morning because we have the dog parade. Everybody walks their dogs together.
Yeah.
And
does the chickens follow you?
no, we don't really. Well, there's a couple of chickens on one corner, but they don't follow us. But anyway, I told them about the Villages. The Villages, what's that?
I know, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Tell me about the Villages.
Florida doesn't know about that. Yeah.
They got a lifestyle. Visit that started like 2 days before we closed on our house. So they were here when we closed. And they bought a house in Hawkins.
Oh, cool.
She retired from GM.
Cool.
They want them all to go back in the office, and she was from Michigan. They sold the house in Michigan, so now they got a house in the Keys. So she's got to go back to work. How does that work? So they offered some buyouts, and so she took a buyout, I guess. And
I had friends that done that.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think I would go back to live unless, like I said, unless they put me in the home.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to Indiana to live.
No. But anyway, so they got their house in the Keys on the market. They put it on the market, went on, I don't know, last Friday or something. It's only been on a few days. And
well, right now, houses up north might be a little slower in selling. I don't know that. But sometimes I don't think that the housing market is as bad as what some people like to say it is,
Mhm.
because we know people that had a house for sale down there, and 2 days later it was sold. So if the housing market's that bad, how are you selling a house in 2 days?
The people across the street from our home in the Keys put their house on the market. Come to find out, it was sold 2 days before the sign went up.
Yeah.
For above what they're asking.
Oh, they did get above.
People
That's
are
always
coming,
cool when you can do that.
People are coming to Florida.
They had multiple offers
That's always
before
cool.
the sign went up in the yard.
Yeah, I believe that. So when they, I don't know where to get the information, because if they're getting it off the internet, like what's that one called, Zulu? No,
Zillow.
Zillow. We know everything on Zillow is true.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like it has
Zillow, ain't that
down.
the one that almost went bankrupt here not too long ago?
They were buying up all the properties at high prices, and it made the market go up, and they went almost bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Marcia. Good to see you, or almost see you. Isn't that goofy?
Who?
Marcia.
Marcia.
Marcia. We did that to Judy the other day, and she looked kind of stunned.
Jody.
Yes, and this is Kyle Rizzo.
No, I'm all right.
Our guest is Kyle Rizzo, and she's from the Keys, but she has a home here also.
I'm gonna grab my water.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, aren't you the one that's wanting to sell the house in the Keys? Yeah. But Bill is definitely, I'm not really into that.
I don't know if he's listening or not, but I think he's leaning my way.
Well, it takes a while.
I don't know. It ain't none of my business or anything, but, I think he's got some roots there of the Keys down there.
We both do.
Do you?
Deeper than his, but yeah.
And what makes it easy for you to leave?
Just because I liked what it was, and it's not what it was anymore.
I understand that.
There's too many tourists. There's too much trash. There's too much. Crime is starting to become more. We never had any.
Okay.
When I was a kid, you could lay in the middle of US 1 in the summertime, probably go to sleep and not get run over.
Yeah, I can understand that.
You risk your life just getting in your car and pulling out of the driveway.
Well, and nice for Bill, isn't it? A family home?
No, he bought that home.
Oh, okay.
He bought the house before his daughter was born, because he wanted her to have a home and not move from home to home like he did when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if we sell that house, we would never be able to go back. That's the little thing. Yeah.
There. Well, you can always go visit.
I guess you could go visit. You could spend $800 a night on a hotel.
I know that. I checked on some of that. Yeah. When somebody told me that, I said, I'm gonna go Google this, and I was shocked.
It's true.
It is true.
I was shocked too. I thought I was lying to people, and I went and looked to make sure I wasn't, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find anything for $800.
Yeah.
The RV spots down there are just as bad.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I was shocked myself when I saw that. I thought, oh my God, they're going to price 90% of America out.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. Yeah. And now they've added, which I'm glad, at the beach, at the local beach there, Sombrero Beach, they put one of those kiosks where you have to buy a ticket to park at the beach.
Well, parking, even when we was down there years ago, was kind of an issue.
There's not a lot of room to park.
Well, there was so much difference today than it was then, like you say. When we went there, we wanted to get our picture by the bell.
Yeah.
And we just walked right up there. There was nobody there. Right. And today, I guess there's hour-long lines waiting to do it.
But at the time we went there, they were painting it.
But it
you couldn't really tell what it was.
There was nobody there. We went downtown walking around, and our biggest complaint was, one, parking. Couldn't find it anywhere, unless you want to pay $20 a day in a guy's backyard.
The parking is still like that, and if you want to park on the side of the road, there's a kiosk just like at the beach in the Marathon.
Yeah, I think they had paid parking downtown, but it wasn't a key. It was like, she's okay. She's just laying under here somewhere.
Oh, she's under the chair, your chair.
She's all right.
All right, I'm just going to give her more leash and just let her be all tangled up.
Okay.
She's probably taking a nap under there.
Yeah, she was in the shade.
And then also at the boat ramps, that's a big problem. All these people come down with their boats, and the property they rent or the hotel room that they get doesn't have parking for that.
Oh.
Yeah, so they'll just go over to the boat ramp, they'll dump their boat in, leave their truck and trailer blocking the street for the day.
Wow.
And there's one boat ramp that's actually in a neighborhood. I would hate to live in front of that boat ramp.
Yeah,
or in that neighborhood, you can't get out. But anyway, it's $20 to dunk your boat, $20 to pull it out, and if there is a spot to park it, you have to be in a designated parking spot. It's $20 for the day.
Yeah.
So $70.
Well, I've always heard that the places to go down there would be the state parks, if you wanted something reasonable, because I knew the hotels were very high.
They're more reasonable, but they're full years in advance.
Yeah,
that's why I wonder how far in advance you have to reserve
At
this.
least a year.
Yeah, everybody tells you that. So if you want to go next year, you got to make a reservation now.
Yeah.
And at our age, I may not be here next year. So,
and then Ringo, this is a canna. Yeah, it's not an orchid, it's a canna. And it grows very tall. I just bought it, actually. I'm going to plant it back here in Skip's Jungle. But it's a beautiful plant. We had them up north, and they're really, really pretty. I really like them. And it's one of the few.
Some of our key seashells.
One of the few plants that gets tall.
I forget where I got to. Oh, I think my mom and dad.
Like that.
Queen Kong, and tulip.
Yeah, I put them down there. Actually, I just threw them down there. We were moving in, and they were in a bag, and I said, I'll just throw them down there, and I'll pick them up later. Well, what happened was, it went in the right time of year. The geckos went in there and laid eggs, and I just left them there. And then we had that green stuff that was growing everywhere, and I threw some dirt in there, and it started growing. I left it there, and now every year, that one and the one right there behind it, there's nothing in it. Every year, the females go in there and lay eggs.
Oh, okay.
And so I just left them there.
Cool.
Yeah, the gecko that likes to come harass him, that's where they live.
We have a lot of them. We have like a rock wall around all of our planters.
Yeah.
And we put them on, but you always put them upside down because they fill up with water, and then the mosquitoes have eggs in them. So you make sure you do that.
We had the same problem up north. Anything sitting outside that water could puddle in, an old tire or whatever, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So it was really bad.
You know what, guys? I haven't heard from Mr. Cheese-It either. Have you heard from him lately?
I ain't seen Mr. Cheese-It for a long while, and I ain't seen Phil B on any of our live stuff for a long while.
Yeah. Now we seen Phil B the other day.
I did
at lunch, but
I didn't get a chance to talk to him very much. But I did see him and his wife,
Monica.
God, I can't remember my names.
Still can't be good.
Yeah.
God, I'm horrible, but I'm just and people think I'm rude, and I'm not being rude. I just can't remember names.
Or he'll call you by somebody else's name.
That's okay. People call me different names all the time. I just say, okay, whatever.
Sometimes not nice.
Yeah, sometimes they're even nice names.
Yeah, but it's just like Frank,
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, not his name, but
That's not his name.
he knows that you call him Frank.
I just call him Frank.
Yeah.
I only do it to irritate him because I know his name's Roy. I can remember his name.
Oh, okay.
I call him Frank anyway. And I do it to Linda, call him Frank, because she gives me the dirty look like, his name's not Frank. Why do you keep calling him Frank? That's because it irritates you.
Yeah.
My ex-husband, a long time ago, had a friend, and his name was Bruce. But prior to Bruce, he had a really good friend named Teddy. And Teddy would come over to our house after work and get so drunk that I'd have to call his wife and say,
come get him.
He's not coming home tonight, and I'm not driving an hour to bring him there and then back, and he's got to go to work in the morning anyway, so I'll watch what he's got on and send him to work in the morning. But Teddy was just a drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And so Teddy moved away and got divorced.
Surprise.
He met this other guy, Bruce, and Steve started doing the same thing with Bruce, drinking and getting drunk and coming home drunk. So I started calling Bruce Teddy.
Well,
he didn't know why. Steve knew why.
You knew why.
I knew why. But I called him Teddy.
Well, when we came down here years ago, we had that little patio villa. I came down part-time. She'd come down here, and she'd run away from home down here all the time. And we had a friend that worked for the Village's real estate company. His name was Tim Andrews. He don't work there anymore. But he would take me and show me all these new areas they're getting ready to build, and he's always trying to sell me something.
Of course.
But we'd go up to different country clubs and have a drink. So one day we ended up going to Mallory Square Country Club. Mallory Square or just Mallory Country Club?
It's Mallory.
It's Mallory, whatever it is up there. And he goes, the bartender, he knew the lady bartender. He said, let's go in here. He said, we might get a free beer once in a while. He said, I know the bartender. I said, okay. So we go in there, and we're sitting at the bar. We're not really doing anything. We're just talking about who knows what, baseball, whatever we're talking about. And the next thing I know, I see Sue walking in the front door and coming down the little hall thing there. And then Tim goes, you're in trouble now. I said, why? He said, here comes your wife. I said, oh, bullshit. Here she was. She come down there, and I'm thinking to myself, who called her? We weren't even doing anything. We were just sitting there at the bar.
The bartender
I was
called
being
me.
good.
Yeah, the bartender called me and said, you probably ought to pick him up. Because she served a lot of beer that night.
And I will say, by the time I went outside, it was dark. I didn't realize it was dark.
Oh, boy.
I got in the golf cart, and I told Sue, I said, well, just follow me home. I got to drive the golf cart home. She wanted me to leave it there. This is back when you could actually do this. People didn't steal stuff around here.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, because we're just around the corner. I said, well, I'll take the golf cart. Just follow me home. So we're going down the road. Not the smartest choice I made, truthfully, about driving home, but I did.
No.
So I go down and I make a left turn because I knew that I had to go down on this road and make a left, the major road, the main road. I turned left on a road that took me into a neighborhood I'd never been in before. Yeah, I had no idea where I was at or how to.
Following him. I thought, what's he doing now?
God.
I'll just sit back here and watch.
Yeah.
Well, I stayed close to him so he wouldn't do anything stupid. But yeah, he finally got it home.
I got it home, and I learned a hard lesson right then. Go to a bar, just keep an eye out. So make sure you get home before it gets dark.
Yeah. Oh, you know, guys, I haven't seen Wrestler. He usually jumps in on his lunch hour or what have you, and haven't seen him. So, he might be taking a nap.
He's working.
That's what I said, but for Porch Settin, he usually jumps in.
No, he was telling me the last time I talked to him that they changed something at work where now they use him not only for his regular job, but because they don't want to hire people or something like that. There's a cutback at the college or something that he has to cover for other people now too. Like, I don't know what that means. So I thought maybe he's cleaning toilets.
I don't think it's that bad.
I don't know.
Well, Bill said he might come over after he finishes his chores.
Okay.
What do you got him doing?
He's washing his truck.
That's the chore?
It's a bus.
It's
a big truck.
I mean, it's 4-door?
Yeah, 4-door.
And it's got the love bugs.
And
you got to get that off.
Does that pickup truck fit in your garage in your new house over here?
It does fit.
It does fit?
Wow.
It fits.
You're lucky. Oh, you only got that much space?
Maybe 2 inches on the front and 4 on the back.
So you got to get in front of him going, a little bit more, bit more.
He can sit there, and he's got a spot on the wall there.
Oh, okay.
He's figured it out.
Okay.
And we did take the big trailer hitch off for the RV.
Yeah.
Because that thing sticks out about that far. It'll fit with it, but that's like.
You're lucky because that house right over there, the garage is short. I know it doesn't look it, but it is because there was a lot of people that looked at that house when it was moved.
Uh-oh.
Sick him. Sick him. Sick him. Sick him. Get him.
Do we like the Amazon man?
No Amazon.
That's a new one.
No FedEx. They're electric.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, they're all electric.
The ones with the blue door on the back? Yeah.
What do you think about them electric things? I don't have no faith in them.
You know, if they're just tootling around the neighborhood like
that's fine. That's fine.
Because those big trucks are noisy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I'm getting at for individuals, they're trying to push us all to get electric stuff. And I'm saying, you know, if you're going to get a car here, you're going to run around the grocery store, I got no problem with that. But if you want to take that car and go to California, they're going to have to come up with something better than what they got.
Yeah, and it's going to take time anyhow because they're trying to. There won't be anything new but electric before long.
What are you going to do when everybody's got an electric car? Right now, it's not a problem. And you go behind the nearest hotel or wherever the car tells you the electric charger is at, and you go back, and there's 18 cars in line waiting to get charged, and it takes an average of 2 to 4 hours to charge each car.
They're getting better at that. It's not quite as long now, but
there is no wait time now because there ain't that many electric cars out there.
But I mean, the time to charge it is changed. It doesn't
I don't
take
know
as long
about
to
that. That could be true.
Yeah,
they got to come up with something better than what they got because I just can't see it.
Yeah,
but I know they're going to do it. I mean, they already UPS has got experimental electric semi trucks going from terminal to terminal, and I don't know how that works either. But I'd love to know.
People next door to us, their garage is the same size as ours, and he's got a Ford 4-door, and it is 2 inches too long to fit.
Oh, and this one that just moved next door here, he couldn't get his truck in there.
No.
And they bought a house on the next street over, and they can get all their vehicles in it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's one of the reasons they bought it, because they can get everything in.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at these houses, would you think, I mean, in your mind, would you even think that there would be a difference in sizes of garages? Some are 40 feet deep, some are 20 feet deep. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even have thought of that. But what they do to get more square footage, like say in a kitchen, And if the kitchen's right behind the garage, they take the garage wall and they just pull it out.
Yeah.
And now you got more room in the kitchen, but you got less room in the garage.
We need all the garage. We don't have a golf cart garage, unfortunately.
I don't either.
But we can get his truck and 2 golf carts in the garage.
Well, I could probably get 2 in here, but we had 2 golf carts at one time, but then after a while she quit driving the golf cart because it messed up her hair.
No.
That probably wasn't the reason.
That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, okay.
It dried my contacts out. To be out in the air like that, it dried my contacts. Now I don't wear contacts though. But yeah, that's the reason I didn't drive it much.
And Bill's got a club car. Electric. It's all electric.
I will say one thing about the electric golf cars.
Lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, the quietness of them is really nice.
Oh yeah.
But it rides like a Cadillac. That one rides like a truck.
Yeah, we had a park car and it steered. Yours turns like it's got power steering.
Yeah, I love this car.
The park car I had was not like that.
Yeah. But it had really good seats.
Had really good seats.
Our friends that just bought the house in Hawkins that I was telling you about, they're here with her sister and she's doing a lifestyle. But there's 3 of them in 1 2-seater golf cart. So she messaged me. She says, "Can we borrow your cart for a couple days?" I said, "Well, we're going to be gone. Here's the code to the garage. Just bring it back."
Yeah.
And they brought it back this morning.
And we've had that happen where the kids would come down and it'd be 1, 2, 3 people. And I said, "You just have to go rent another golf cart."
We used to rent them one.
Yeah.
I was going to get a 4-seater, but then after doing some investigations, that like when you buy a brand new golf cart, they all tell you, if you want a 4-seater, we can put the kit on back here for 4. Then I find out that the rear suspension is not made for 4 people at all.
You've got to change the suspension.
And I didn't want to go through all that. So we'll just rent them a cart whenever they come
across
down.
the street. She had hers done for when the granddaughters come down.
If I ever replace this, I bought this. This is one of those reconditioned ones. I'd probably get the 4-seat, but on the back where it folds down or up. So
that's what we were looking at, was that one.
Yeah.
That way you can still get your golf clubs back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, and
I had my first golf lesson too.
Did you get a hole in one?
No, I didn't.
Like everybody else does?
No, I didn't yet. I'll say yet.
So where'd you go?
My neighbor.
Sarasota? For your golf lesson?
No, my neighbor across the street.
Oh, okay.
She teaches all the ladies.
Oh, does
She, yes.
She?
Yeah, she's very good.
Okay.
And I think she's got, they said 3 or 4 hole-in-ones.
God damn it.
She's good. I haven't seen any of them.
He's just envious. He's never got one, so.
How do you play for 50 years and never get at least 1 hole-in-one? How does that happen? And then you got these new people coming. I just started playing. It's my very first game, and I got a hole-in-one.
That's luck.
Damn.
J-Biz says Greenfield's nothing like the past. Now it has expensive homes, every business and restaurant known to man.
Well, they was working on, I think the name of that road that goes right straight through there. When you get off at 70, you turn right, 9? I think it's 9, Highway 9, yeah. That's a shortcut to get down to 74. And that section right there, when we left, they were building stuff down that road. I don't even know what all they were building, but they used to have, and I don't know if they still have it or not, they had a steakhouse at one time. It wasn't a big fancy steakhouse, but they had this great big giant cow sitting out in front of it. Remember that?
I remember, yeah.
That place was pretty good.
Yeah.
I bet if Bill comes over here, he gets lost.
There's an old saying. Whoops, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were down there. You're too quiet. There's an old saying, you can never go back. And the older I get, the truer that statement is.
Yeah.
We go back to our neighborhood sometimes, just go by the old neighborhood and look at it, and it's like, oh my God, I could never move back here.
I know.
It ain't the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
I just got an email yesterday for my 45th high school reunion.
Are you going to go?
I don't think so. It's in California. I can't do it.
Yeah. I didn't go to mine either.
I mean, I could go, but I don't.
You don't want to?
I do not want to go to California.
I didn't either. I told Sue, she tried to get on her 50th. She said, you should go to your 50th high school reunion. You should just go. Just go. I said, I don't want to go. She said, you should go. It's gonna be, you're not going to have another one. You need to go. You need to go. So look, I didn't like them people when I went to school. Why would I want to go to it now? And the only people I hung around in school, all of them are dead.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't care about going back. I'm going to go there and see how old everybody else got and how great I still look.
Okay. Moving on. And KM says they have very small cars here in Germany. No trucks, no SUVs, no vans, but they know how to smoke cigarettes. Yeah, I've seen that on a lot of the ads and what have you.
I used to know how to smoke. I smoked a little bit. I was probably about a 2-pack a day guy.
Habit I never picked up.
We
I wish I never did.
And Bill didn't either. Neither of us smoked.
We both smoked. It was a fashionable thing to do in high school. So we were dating since we were 16. And we all smoked. And then we had kids. And I'll admit, when the kids were little running around the house, we smoked in the house. They were breathing, but there was no report of anything about secondhand smoke. But when all of a sudden these reports came out about kids having a little coughs, having sneezing problems, allergy problems, we're looking at our kid, and Brian used to go around the house, and he had this little once in a while, just like it all the time. And they were talking about this secondhand smoke thing. And I think that's what we both said. That's it. We're not smoking in the house anymore around the kids. We continued to smoke, but we never smoked in a car when the kids were in it, and we never smoked in the house. And probably about another year or two after that, we both just decided, let's just give this nasty, because our clothes stunk.
Everything stunk.
Yeah, and we just quit doing it.
And his best friend had a heart attack.
Yeah, my best friend had a heart attack, and so, it just wasn't a good idea to smoke, and we just quit. Yeah.
Well, Michael Allen's coming down for his first lifestyle visit in June. Says he can't wait. Bring your checkbook.
Yeah, you're going to need it because you're probably going to buy something for you.
Yeah, you'd be amazed.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They think we're lying about this stuff, and that's true. But there's a high percentage of people, if you're ready to retire, that is, that come down. They want to go look at a few houses.
Next thing you know, they're homeowners.
Next thing you know, they're saying, well, guess what?
We're closing in 30 days.
Yeah. Well, they bought a house.
Yeah, and KM says she's got 85,000 miles on her 4-year-old Tesla. No problem traveling, and more chargers and faster charging.
The thing is you know how I drive.
I know. I
get behind the wheel. I generally don't stop till I get to Indianapolis. That's the way it is. So that's right at 1,000 miles. You're not going to drive 1,000 miles in a Tesla. You got to stop a couple of times anyway, I would think, probably get charged up. And when I stop, that's what kills me right there. Once you stop, well, we'll charge the car. Let's walk over here to this restaurant for an hour and get something to eat, and then we'll come back. Once I get a bite to eat and I sit and I get relaxed,
be there for the night.
I'm there for the night. So let's find a hotel. I'm just too tired to go on.
Oh, and Kyle Jerry wants to know what kind of RV do you have?
We have a toy hauler. It's a work and play toy hauler.
Okay.
What do you take in there?
We can put in a golf cart, or we can put 2 Harleys.
Which one do you generally take?
Well, when we went to Talladega, we took a golf cart.
Yeah.
It just depends where we're going.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a golf cart when we go to campgrounds. Yeah. But at the same time, I'd like to have a motorcycle too. Go to town, that kind of thing.
Yeah. If you got a big fifth wheel or something, you could have both.
Well, I can have it on my Class C, believe it or not. There's a lift to go.
Mounted on the back?
Yeah.
You know what happened to us on the trip to Talladega? We decided to take a different road other than I-75 because we didn't want to get anywhere near Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
So I forget what road it was that we took, but it cuts off and heads right up there, and it comes on to I-20 about 18 miles from Talladega. But we got into this little town, and I said, oh, boy, you've got to make a right, and a left really quick. And, he starts cussing. So we go make the first right, and all of a sudden he stops dead in the middle of the road. And I'm like, what's wrong? And he said, look, there's railroad tracks. And the railroad tracks are up here, and they've taken concrete, and they've made it like this.
Oh, that's not good.
It was not good. And then the guy behind us is beeping his horn, and I said, don't worry about him. I'm going to get out, and we'll look. And I got out there, and I said, go, but go slow. And so the one guy whipped around him. He wasn't waiting, Yeah. There was nothing we could do. We were stuck. And the guy behind me, I went like this, and I said, just a minute. And he's like, okay. His whole windshield was smashed. But anyway, it was all smashed. So anyway, Bill starts to go, and I'm looking at the plumbing. I could see that. I didn't have to bend over because the way the trailer and the truck are like this, Well, the truck was like this, the trailer was like this. But as he pulled, it cleared everything except the right rear scissor jack. And I'm looking at that, and I says, he didn't get that one up all the way. And I'm watching, and maybe it didn't touch. but you might have got a piece of paper between the scissor jack and the road. Maybe a piece of cardboard.
He barely made that one.
He made it.
Yeah. I've actually seen RV hung up on railroads like that.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. They should have made the asphalt, they should have made it bigger. You know what I mean? Instead of being like this, they should have made it like this.
I find that when it comes to road work, whether it be DOT or a state department or whoever, the idea of keeping a motorcycle in mind when we're doing this work, or an RV, no, it's all about
I don't know what
cars.
a motorcycle would have done on that. That might
Have you ever been on a road? I know you have. I swear they got this grinder thing that'll grind up the asphalt and it leaves these ruts.
Yep.
And then tell me they're thinking of a motorcycle when they do that.
You're going like this when you're going down.
Oh my God, it's scary as hell when the bike's jerking around on that thing.
And we were at a winery. We have Harvest Host, so we stopped at a winery overnight once. It was out in the middle of the desert too.
Right.
Beautiful place, but there was another camper there. It was a motorhome, and they had on the back of it. They had it wasn't a trailer. It was kind of just a metal platform, and they had little mopeds on it.
Okay.
And I don't know, they had 2 or 3 of them on there, and they were fastened down. But like I said, watching them leave the parking lot, and I'm watching that thing.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it was very light, whatever it was. They should have something a little bit stiffer, but it was like aluminum, and it was doing this with those things on it. It was kind of creepy. I don't think I want to
put my e-bike on the back of one of those, because I think by bouncing up and down, it'd probably ruin the controller.
Probably get it stolen. Those things are being stolen right and left anymore.
We have e-bikes, both of us. They're in the Keys. We're going to go down in June, take the truck back, and we come back up. They'll both fit in my car. So I think we're going to bring our e-bikes back up.
Here?
Here.
Well, yeah, they ride them all over the place.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Just if you go down,
they were everywhere.
One thing that I would say is if you go to a restaurant or whatever on an e-bike or whatever, just park it where you can see it.
Yeah.
Because they'll take it.
Oh yeah, they will.
They just arrested a guy up here by Walmart or by Wawa, some
Mine actually
store.
has an alarm on it. If you touch it and you try to stand it up after I set the alarm, it will sing like a banshee.
Well, yeah.
So, it's not going to keep them from stealing it.
What is a banshee?
I don't know. a banshee.
Well, this new car that I've got, we still don't know how everything works.
Car. I hate it.
I went to Walmart the other day to take something back. And I had it in the back seat. I got out and I hit the door lock to lock it. And then I thought, I got to get that out of the back seat. So instead of opening the back door, I reached around from the front door to the back door and just opened the door that way. It set the alarm off. And, that was no big deal. I got back in, turned the car on, and shut the alarm off. But I didn't know that they alerted him that the car had been
the burglar alarm went off.
Tampered.
Yeah, and he was scared. He kept trying to call me, and when it's in my purse, I never hear my phone.
Yeah, it goes straight to voicemail, So right away, I'm thinking she got carjacked or something. I called 9 times, no answer, straight to voicemail every time.
Yeah.
So I'm this close calling 911 now because I got Live 360, and I can see at least her phone is still at the parking lot. And then about the time the phone rang, you call? God damn it! I was so frustrated.
I did not check my phone while I was in the store, but when I got out in the car, I seen that he had several calls, and so I called him. But yeah, that's all it was. But I didn't know. I mean, it come up on my phone, but I didn't know it come up on his phone too. And I hadn't looked at my phone other than seeing the missed calls. So, but that was,
What is that? What is that General Motors has got?
They've got
OnStar.
OnStar.
That's what it was.
So this is what happened. We're getting ready to leave the Keys to come up here. We've got the RV hooked up, and I go to get out, and I didn't think I locked the door. I got out. Bill's side was locked. I don't know why it was locked, but I got out to do one last walk around or something, and I go to get back in, and it's locked. And what the hell? I didn't lock it. Did you lock it? He says, no, my keys are in there. Why would I lock it? My keys are in there. He says, you locked it. No, I didn't. I didn't lock it. So I had to go back upstairs and get the spare set of keys. So now I have the spare set of keys in my purse. And so we stop at McDonald's in Florida City, and he goes in. He's going to use the bathroom and get us breakfast. And he comes back out, and my son had called, and Delilah wanted to go. So I got out, and I just closed the door. I locked us out of the car.
Again?
My key is in my purse in the car, but I had my phone in my hand because I was talking to my son on the phone. And Bill comes out and he said, "My keys are in there. You just locked us out again." I said, "I didn't do it." So we had to call, pay $75. That reminds me, I need to send the insurance company that receipt so I get reimbursed. And on the road. So we get out of the road somewhere, and I go to get out, and I realize that because I'm short, apparently I put my hand right where the lock button is.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I know what I did, so I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
You know, one of the things that happens in an RV, especially if you've got electric door locks up front and you have pets, the pets like to jump on the seat and look out the window, and they'll hit that and they'll lock you out.
Yep.
So, well, I'm aware of that because I talked to a couple of people who said, yeah, she looks sweet, but she locked us out twice, you know.
But I'm very careful when I go to the mailbox because I usually take the keys out of my purse. My purse is where the car keys are.
Yeah.
I take the key out of my purse to unlock the mailbox. So when I get out, I don't shut the door all the way. I always leave it ajar because I'm always afraid it'll lock me out.
Yeah.
And I said, evidently it will.
It will. It'll lock you out.
Okay. Let's see.
What else we got?
Jerry Bell says, don't leave your keys in the e-bike.
No. Don't leave your keys in the e-bike.
Oh, and Keystone says, "Hi guys, Sue from Sweet Valley. Never sees bees on your video. Wish I was sitting there with you. Did you try that bourbon yet?" Not yet. Yes, I haven't tried the bourbon yet, and I had a reason for that. It was because I wasn't thinking, and I drank a margarita instead. But I am going to try it, no doubt about it. That's because I do like my bourbon. I really don't drink that much, just every once in a while. And my dad used to take a sip every once in a while to help him sleep at night. So if I know it's going to help me sleep at night, I might drink a lot of it.
My grandpa used to drink it because he had pain.
Yeah. I remember him saying, Jack Daniels was his friend.
Yeah.
That was my dad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was your dad.
Yeah, my grandpa liked rock and rye.
Yeah. Your dad had a bottle of Jack Daniels, and when he died, he had it for years. And
25 years, this bottle sat in the closet with a thing on it saying, "When I die after my funeral," he said, "celebrate on me."
And so they did. Him and the boys, they all had a drink on Dad when he passed. So. But yeah, that thing must have been 25 years old.
Yeah.
But he was always joking about Jack Daniels, but he didn't drink.
When I was little, I remember I was the first grandchild, so I was the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd always walk out to the car with my grandpa. He's like, "I got to go get my medicine." He had his flask hidden under the street. "Don't tell Grandma that I'm sick because then she'll make me go stay in my room and go to bed."
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Okay, Grandpa." And he'd get his flask out and take a hit.
That's a good story Grandpa just made up right there. To keep you quiet.
Keep me quiet.
Yeah.
William wants to know, why doesn't the developer make a drag strip for golf carts?
Because they can only go 20 miles an hour anyway.
Well, wait till Wild Bill gets in here. He can almost pop a wheelie with his.
Yeah, there was a guy who lived back here. He's not here now, but he had an electric golf cart. Probably one of the fastest electric golf carts I ever seen. And he told me one time, he said, he'll go 35.
His does 36.
Yeah. So,
You did a video and showed people how to strip
I did a video, showed them how to, for a nickel, how to make your golf cart go 5 miles an hour faster.
Mine with me in it, and not Bill, will 27 to 28. But when he's in it, 24 to 25.
Yeah. At one time,
it's easy to turn them up. It took him like 10 minutes.
And it's very easy to turn them over. And that's why I don't care whether they go fast or not, because I've seen too many of them. They make a corner and end up on the side.
25's okay. When he wants to go 36 in his, it's kind of nice. When we were looking at property here, we camp over there at Recreation Plantation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could go 1.1 miles up Rolling Acres and cut behind Publix, and you were in the Villages.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do that. And it would go 35 with both of us in it. So, but you're going straight. It's not like you're doing this,
Yeah.
And we could go faster than some of the cars were going. You'd still have the occasional idiot beeping at you, but ours is street legal. So.
And I said, we used to sit, the ones in Texas they have for beach combing,
Yeah.
And they were all over the 20-mile thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't know who that was.
I just never
If they
cared to
wave,
go
I
over
just
that.
wave back.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that over there?
All the time.
Waving, people go, I'm waving, and I go, so who's that? No.
The other night we were, I went out with my glass of wine to sit on the front porch because we had the sunset right there. And my neighbor has his chair over there. And I look at him, so I just pick up my chair and I haul it over there. A few minutes later, here comes Bill. He looks, so he grabs his thing and he goes over there. And then the neighbors over there, they grab theirs and come. So we're all
Porch Settin.
we're all at the end of the driveway. They do it right at the end. That's where he sits.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
I like it myself.
And then Charlotte got her hole-in-one, so we all hauled over there.
Quit telling me about these holes-in-ones.
Same person.
Oh, same person. Okay.
Same person.
Oh, hey,
anyway,
Joy.
so we all went over there and sat in the driveway and had a little party for her.
We've done that here. I don't remember who or when or where or what, but we've sat in people's driveways, and next thing you know, it's dark, and we're all still sitting over there, and then they start bringing out the electric candles.
And they not only have the driveway parties here, they have a what do they call it when it's kind of impromptu all at once? They've got a little picture of a crane that sits in your yard, and so the neighbors know, bring a chair over and yak, and they call it something. I can't remember what they call it now. Been a long time since anybody's done it, actually.
Well, because our neighborhood's turned over twice since we've been here.
A lot of new people
we
here.
Love our neighborhood over there in North LaBelle.
Yeah. That's just it. Everybody that you talk to love their neighborhood. People ask, which is the best. There is no best. We love ours. You love yours.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. You get used to the people there and all the goings on, and you just love it.
And most everybody is dog tolerant. There's maybe
I love them.
4 or 5 houses put those little dog things in their yard. They don't want your dog to touch their grass.
Oh no, I love them. They go great with sushi.
Oh my gosh!
The little ones are more tender.
Oh, are they this one?
Well,
might be a little
she hides from it because she knows. She knows that I'm looking at her thinking
Judy.
She's under your chair.
Judy brought her little dog over and fed her chicken wings.
I did.
Oh.
And you didn't feed it not
Well,
the bones.
it was barbecue chicken wings. I never thought a thing about it because we always had farm dogs.
Yeah.
And she said when the dog went home and had the shits all night.
Oh yeah, because they're not used to that.
I guess.
Yeah, and let's see. Shantae, yes, that's a good idea.
So that's when you want to look at it and go, your dog.
Then I say I just leave the door open. I don't normally roll the window down, but that's a better idea actually, because the door might close. If you leave your door open, like I said,
I usually, if I'm going to leave the car run or anything like that, I'm going to do a quick run in and I usually crack the window down far enough to get my hand in there, because I worry about this new car. When I said it, what if this thing locks on you and the battery goes dead in this? How do I get in? Answer, the dealer said. Well, in the key fob, you push down the back of it, and it pulls out a key.
Yep. And
I'm looking at the door. Where does it go?
You and somebody else did that for hours. Trying to figure out how to use that key. Was you and Ron?
I don't know, but there's no place to put this key. And I know there's got to be a place, right? Yeah. Well, according to the instructions I saw somewhere, on the door handle, there's like a red strip. The back of that strip, and you can see the little slot.
You can pop it open.
You're supposed to pop that open. I can't figure out how to pop it open.
Oh.
And then also when you put the key in there, once you get it open, put the key in there, underneath the door handle somewhere, you're supposed to push a button or something before the key will actually turn to open the door. And I'm thinking this is crap.
Rocket science.
I've got to go through all this crap because of thieves out there stealing cars.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we are going to have to sit down with the book and learn how to use this car, because there's so many things on it we still don't know anything about. You guys have had it
for a while too, haven't you?
We got it last May.
Oh.
I don't drive it. She's the one who drives it.
Well, but you get in it, so you need to know this stuff.
The only thing I want to do is change the radio station. It took me almost 2 months to figure out how to change the radio station. Because you got to turn the screen on. Once you turn the screen on, it goes to the default screen, whatever that is. And now I'm figuring out, how do I get to radio? And so it says audio. So I hit audio, brings up more buttons. So then you hit something, I forget what it is, and it does go to the preset radio station, which I don't want. So I'm thinking, now, how do I get to XM? Because I like to listen to old-time radio.
Yeah.
And this is what goes on. I'm telling Sue, I said, if I'm driving down the road, I could have a wreck by now trying to read all this.
Well, you're not supposed to do that when you're driving.
I know. It's just frustrating. I mean, I like the old where you just turned it on, poke the first button, that's your radio station, and that was all there was to it.
Yeah, well, I said,
Well, after locking the keys in the car 2 days in a row, whenever I get out of the vehicle, whether I'm driving or not, I take the key and I put it in my pocket before I get out. And then the other day I didn't have pockets, so I tucked it in my bra, and I just left it there for the whole trip. It wouldn't bother me at all. And now if I get out of the truck, I can get back in.
Well, I know when we travel, if I'm driving, which I usually am, even in the RV, she always carries a spare key, just in case, or you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, my car, I have a Nissan Rogue. It's down the keys. You cannot lock the car if there is a key in the car.
That's the way this one is.
Yeah,
supposedly.
he kept leaving his key in the car, and I didn't know
lock
it.
The door.
You can't lock the door.
And I said, I'd hit the lock button thinking it was locked, and he had all his cameras and crap in the back, and I didn't know his key was in there. And I said, I would just hit the lock button, and then I'd come back and realize it wasn't locked, and all his stuff was still in there. So some of these days something will come up missing.
Yeah, don't leave.
Bill wants to know if the 4-seater golf cart with everybody facing forward is larger than the 4-seater golf cart where the two people in back are facing backwards. The answer to that is yes. You can't even park it normal. You got to park it like a car. The 4 facing forward, because they stick out in the road way too far. Where the ones where what we're talking about, the 4-seater in the back, you can either back it in, and then the 4-seater will kind of hang over the sidewalk a little bit. But we're talking about the ones where the 4-seater in the back actually folds up.
Yeah.
So if you fold it up, you can just pull in anywhere, and those are more convenient.
And if you're parking staggered, if you're the one that pulls you could probably do it either.
You can do that.
Yeah, you could do that. But those little short spots for golf carts.
Yeah, like in front of Cody's down here.
But you go down to Lake Sumter and go down that main street there with all the golf carts parked there.
Yeah.
And the one that's sticking out, you could always see the one that's sticking out the farthest. And
those are the ones that grandma coming down there that's got a little bit of vision problem over here. She hits it.
Yeah. It's not hard to do, I tell you. But okay, Shantae, that's I think that's a new name. I don't think we've talked to you before, unless you go by another name. That's different.
What'd she say?
Shantae Maisie Richburg.
She's always way ahead of me.
I'm not. Well, I'm already to the end. And I said, Patrick says, I believe the 4-seater facing forward is larger.
It is. It's a lot longer.
Yeah.
But I can see where it's a lot more comfortable for everybody.
Oh, yeah, I would much rather be facing forward, because I've been on one of those where you're in the back. And
you feel like you're going to fall off.
Well, yeah. And the guy driving.
Actually, they have a 6-seater.
Yeah.
Where 6 people are facing forward. That thing's like a limousine.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a 4 with 4 front and then 2 hanging off the back. That's long, too.
So there's plenty of things that you can rent.
It cracks me up that people put their little grandkids on that back seat with no seatbelt or nothing.
Right.
I'd be a little leery of that.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I just don't. And with the kid driving.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And everybody knows you shouldn't be doing that. But I don't know. It's something about a golf cart that a lot of people just don't take that serious. It's like it's a Disneyland ride.
It's a toy, yeah.
And I just hate to see kids get hurt or whatever, because it happens. They don't think it happens, but it happens.
Yeah. Joy, didn't we have a good time the other day? I thought that.
Is Joy on here?
Yeah, she just got here. She was a little late, but we had a great time at the lunch the other day. We really did. And Cane Gardens is really stepping up.
Where are you going, Booter?
It went downhill for a while.
I'm not going anywhere.
And then
and if I left you with Skip, he would
manager.
Yeah, I'll take care of you.
And the new manager actually sent
I'll give you a
out
haircut.
a message to everybody on Facebook telling them, that he'd hired several more servers and several more people that work around there. And like I said, the lady that we had that was serving us, the waitress, was wonderful. I mean, there's 15 of us, and she did a great job, and she did it all. And I said she was just very, very good at it. The food, I think they need to find somebody to learn how to use that pizza oven.
It was awful.
I didn't
Two
know.
of us got pizza. Bill B's nicer than I am. He didn't like it, so he just got it to go. I took about 2 or 3 bites of mine and told the waitress I didn't want it anymore and sent it back. And she said, "Is there a problem?" And I said, "Yeah, it's disgusting." And
But if you'd have told her what the problem was, that's the way they fix it.
it's
not
disgusting. That's all I need to know. There's no
But
sense.
yeah, they need to learn to use that pizza oven because the crust was very soggy and doughy, and
it needs to be crispy.
There was
Yeah, it needs to
water
be crispy.
standing on top of my pizza. That's how much water was on this thing.
Yeah.
And it came from, I think, the bell peppers. They put tons of bell peppers on
But
it.
I don't think that they, I don't remember them having one. I know Mallory had one, but I didn't know that King Gardens did. And so I said,
Now,
it might be
Mallory's,
something.
I've had it there before. Mallory's is fine.
Well, it might be something new that they're just learning how to use. Because I said
they have new cook.
Yeah, they have
That's
trained
what I said.
other things there.
Yeah. They need to find somebody who knows what he's doing.
Yeah. But we had a good time. And
you get this installed?
And I said it was.
There's a camera in my backyard.
I said the service was great.
Oh, I got you. I don't remember seeing the swimming pool.
Then they had,
is this Key West?
Actually, we were early.
Oh, never mind.
And Skip was grumbling because they didn't have
you got a new pool back there.
20 minutes early.
I wish.
And they had it.
Yeah, I thought about doing that here also.
So that won't move. It's just a
picture of the.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
I thought about doing that here also.
And we don't do those Patreon lunches every month. We do it like every other month.
Keep an eye on it. The truth of it is,
and
everybody on our block, we all know who's leaving, who ain't leaving, and we all just kind of. That's not a guarantee.
The keys used to be like that. I've got a camera in my living room window. I've got a camera in my dining room window. I have that one that's the backyard, and then I've got the Ring doorbell.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see probably 80% around my house what's going on. So that lot behind where the pool is a vacant lot, and they're getting ready to build.
So you feel with the changes that's going on in Key West with more and more stuff that
it's unsafe. You have more and more issues. Yeah.
And I think that's true here in the newer areas. You don't really see cameras or anything anywhere, but we get to the older area like Spanish Springs area where there's a lot of problems. You hear more and more about people having cameras on the side of their house and this and that. Hey, I don't know who that is.
You got to remember to stand on the leash because if UPS or FedEx go by, she's going to get them.
Yeah. Well, Shantae, she says she's always watching, but she comments very little. She loves Porch Settin. So she just visited TV for the 4th time, and they ate at Oh Shucks because of you.
We went to Oh Shucks.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Don't go by the looks.
I got a bucket of oysters.
Did you? Yeah. Were they good?
30. I couldn't eat them all. I had 6 left over.
But you being an oyster person, keep your oysters. I'm not.
I love
oysters. Say, are they any good?
Yeah, they're good.
Is there a difference in different oysters?
Yeah.
What kind do they serve down there? Do you
I don't
know
what kind they serve, but they're good. They're nice. They're firm. They're cold.
And they give you plenty. I get scallops.
What you can go to a half a dozen, or you can get a bucket, which is what I got, which was 30.
Could you eat 30 if you was hungry?
I can eat 24. So I had 6 left over, and the people we're with were full because they had a bucket too, and Bill was full. He had the shrimp and fries or something. Okay. And so I picked up the thing, and I walked over to the next table. I had 6 oysters. I'm going to throw them away. They're not, they're right here on ice. Oh, no, we don't eat them. So there are 2 guys that just walked in on lunch at work. I said, half a dozen oysters? I can't eat them. He says, I was going to get some. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I figured the waitress.
Isn't that a funny place, though, when you look at it? If you were driving and you were on vacation somewhere and you saw that place on the side of the road, you'd probably go, nope, I ain't going in there.
No, I probably would because there's so many places in the Keys that look just like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The
there is.
restaurant was so Keysy, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I've been down to, I forget where, Key Largo? Was it Key Largo?
Yeah.
That there was a newer restaurant that opened up, and they were from Lafayette, Indiana. Us from Indiana. We thought, well, let's go to this new little restaurant down here. And we had the name of the place, didn't have GPS, and the lady told us how to get there. We're driving. I'm turning where she's telling me to turn. I said, man, this can't be it. I feel like I'm in the middle of a neighborhood or something here. That was it. They bought a house, and the restaurant was in this house.
Yes,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then the back of it was a closed-in back porch, and you could take your dog in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we couldn't find any place you could take a dog there, so that was really nice.
I think more and more places allow dogs.
Yeah.
When we were there, to show you the difference, so I'm going back 25, 30 years ago.
I was there.
We were not even allowed to walk our dog downtown on the sidewalk. The guy told us, he said, you can carry your dog, but you can't walk it on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And he says, you can't take him inside any restaurant down here.
Yeah. And I said it was too hot to leave her in the car. And
we left.
even with the air conditioner on. Yeah. So yeah, but well, I said we didn't stay on Key West. We were
I know what we've done.
One of the islands.
I don't know if it's still there or not. We left on the main road, which is whatever highway that is.
US 1.
Right before that split going out.
Okay.
On the left-hand side, there's like an area where a bunch of boats are parked in there.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the boats looked like an old junk boat from Vietnam or something.
Okay.
That was a restaurant.
Yeah.
And we went on that boat, and that's actually where we ate, because we could park the car right in front of that boat, leave the air conditioner run for the dog, and we could keep an eye on her. That's why we ate there.
Well, Delilah's a service dog, so they can't deny her. But I generally ask to sit outside.
We do too.
I don't want people to be mad. Some people see the dog, you know, like when we went to Shucks.
Yeah.
We had Delilah with us. She'd had a seizure the day before.
You can eat outside at Shucks.
You can. And so I carried her in, and they were fine with it. And then some guy says, "Oh, look, she had to bring her dog. Why can't she leave her effing dog at home?" Yeah. And I started to say something to him, but I just marched right by.
Yeah.
And she laid down on the table and went to sleep.
Yeah, you know? Not worth the
She was
effort,
she was well behaved that day. She was perfect.
Yeah, and one of the reasons we
like UPS guy wasn't there.
We like Fisherman's Village in Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, because we could take our dog with us. And I said she couldn't sit on the seats.
No, they have to be on the floor.
She has to be on the floor. Yeah. But they let us take her, and it was nice because it was all open, you know, water and everything. It's a beautiful place. But I said we could actually take her with us.
Yeah.
I started when she was little. I always carry like a hand towel or a small blanket with me. I shove it in my purse. Mm-hmm. And if I put that on the floor, that is her spot, and that's where she lays.
Yeah, Maggie was kind of like that. And I said, she traveled with us all the time. So I said, when we'd stop down there, it was kind of a last-minute thought, you know, we're going to go in here and get some seafood. And it was nice that we could take her with us.
Yeah. In the Keys, there's a lot of places like that.
Yeah.
So, any place outside you can take your dog.
Yeah, and Joy said she enjoyed the lunch and her food was delicious. And Mike's Reuben was the best that they've ever seen. And then she said they'll be going back to King Gardens.
Well, I'm not saying all their food was bad. I'm just simply saying that pizza I got was disgusting.
Well, and I looked at several of them that people had, and I said it's just a matter they need to learn how to use that pizza oven because it was a brick oven. And I said,
maybe it wasn't hot enough yet.
Well, the reason why I didn't really question it is because 20 years ago, Cane Garden by far was rated the #1 restaurant in all of the Villages.
Yeah.
So I didn't even question it. And then I find out it's a new owner.
There's a new manager. Same owner, but new manager. And I said it had went downhill quite a bit because I wouldn't take my ladies' lunch there because of it. But then the last luncheon that we had, the Ira was there. And I'd mentioned it, and he said, it's different, you should go. And so I thought, well, why not? Because I've been doing each one of the country clubs because some of the people down in the southern area, they never get up here to the country clubs.
Right.
So I've been having the lunches at each different one, and that was the next one on the list. So, but yeah, I was pleased with the changes they've made, but they really do need to find somebody that knows how to work that pizza oven.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Chet A says hello.
Well, hey, Chet.
Don't know who Chet A is, but he's a YouTube member.
Yeah. Well, you know, my little brother and my stepdad are both named Chet.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming for you.
Yeah, and I said,
do you know Bill B?
No.
Okay. You guys never been to a Patreon lunch or anything, have you? Okay. You're going to have to come sometime. Bill B, he's a retired, I want to say cop from Chicago or something.
Talking about you, Bill.
He's got more funny stories of things that happened with him. But he patrols this neighborhood once in a while. I guess when somebody takes off or whatever, he'll cover it. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten up and looked out the window, and he's sitting right here in front of my driveway doing his paperwork, and then I come out and I talk to him. You know?
Yeah, and they probably wonder what the hell you're holding him
Here's
up
what's
for.
going to happen. Trust me when I tell you this. Somebody's going to turn somebody in here on an anonymous complaint about something stupid. I don't know what. Because he parks there, they're going to say, I bet it was him. I mean, he was talking about, you know, and me and Bill's talking about police work in Chicago, whatever. We talked about the luncheon this week when he was here. I asked him, I said, you got the pizza? He said, yeah, I got the same thing you got. I said, what do you think of your pizza? He said, well, he said, it wasn't the best. He said, I ended up taking most of mine home. I'm thinking he took it home and threw it away.
Take it home, put it in the toaster oven, cook it the rest of the
Maybe because it just wasn't good at all.
Yeah. Hey, Susan. How are you?
I pretty much will eat anything. Well, except oysters.
Our
They look
new
like a
neighbors
big burger.
actually got moved in next
the
door.
couple that we were with ordered a bucket of steamed, and I got a
So it's
bucket
too
of
bad
raw.
you couldn't have been.
I would eat
Susan
oysters
Anthony
fried,
could have been
deep fried, or my mom used to make oyster stew with oyster crackers. I don't know what makes it an oyster cracker, but that's what she called them.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to eat that, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Bring a checkbook.
But the raw ones, just something about it.
Yeah.
Now, Linda's husband, he's an oyster guy, and he got a bunch of them. And I asked him the same thing I asked you. I said, well, what do you think? Are they good? He said they were pretty good. So.
And I said, he's from San Diego, so they're used to being around water, and
the price wasn't that bad. I think it was like $32 or $36 for 3 dozen, a bucket.
So they're like $1 a piece, give or take, close, 75 cents.
Which isn't bad because I was over on Marco Island and we ordered a dozen and it was $26.
Well, I like scallops.
$10 more, I'm getting 2.5 times more.
Yeah, like I like scallops, and they give you twice as much as you get at the restaurants here.
Really?
They do, yeah.
Bill had the shrimp with the fries, and he said they were killer.
Yeah.
Your butterfly shrimp.
Well, they know what they're doing, but like I said, don't look at the place because it'll scare you to death.
Didn't scare me a bit because I'm used to that.
Well, like I said,
if it looks like that, that's where I want to go.
A year or two ago,
like
I said, the roof went like this.
The ceiling, not the roof.
Ceiling went like this, and they had the all the power lines, electric lines, and everything was kind of taped to the side of the wall.
Oh, wow.
I
always made fun of them going, well, apparently OSHA don't come in here.
Extension cords everywhere.
And they were talking about the health board shutting a few restaurants down because of bugs or whatever. And I go, well, apparently they don't go to oh shucks. They must be grandfathered in or something.
Yeah.
But I did not know they had an outside seating the way it is now. I was told years ago they had outside seating, but a guy told me, he said, just a few picnic tables kind of scattered out there in the grass.
We sat way in the back in the corner, which is my preferred, because then I put her in the corner so she doesn't wander out.
Me too. I've had food dumped on me. But anyway, last time we was there, they had the music during snowbird season, and I've never been there like this. Music inside was turned so loud, you would not have been able to hear each other across the table. That's how loud it was.
Yeah. But they did come and turn.
So we said, can we sit outside somewhere? Is it quieter outside? And she said, yeah. And they did. They got a few speakers out there, and they weren't near as loud. And when we went out there, we seen a nice wood deck and all this stuff.
Yeah, it was nice to sit out there.
That's something new because I don't remember that before.
And it was nice and cool that day that we went. I actually took a sweater because it was cooler, but it was nice. We really enjoyed ourselves.
What's the temperature of cooler?
It was cooler than it is today.
Like what?
I think it was like in the low 70s that day.
And that would,
That's cool.
In the low 70s, we have to get our sweater.
Well, I take one no matter where I go. So,
I'm always making fun of that because people are always talking about how nice it is, nice it is, nice it is. Nice. Well, you get acclimated. All of a sudden, 70's chilly.
So 70 can be chilly, yes.
Yeah. Well,
Talladega, it was in the low 40s at night. It was cold, and so the second night, Bill actually turned the heater on. He set it at 68.
Right. Well, I said they've had a lot of storms going through there, and I said I think it's kept. What did we watch? We watched Pneumatic Fanatic when he was at the racetrack, and that's what it looked like to me. It was cold and damp.
Oh, he was at Talladega?
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I know he was in Georgia, but I don't know.
Well, Talladega's in Alabama.
Oh, okay. Well, he was in Georgia, I think.
Okay.
Martin Donlan's coming down for the month of May.
Yeah. We had a blast at the track. It was so much fun.
What else did I see on here?
My driver won.
Chet A. He rented a house for a couple of months. What village, Chet? You might be her neighbor coming down here to rent.
Yeah.
Warn us now so we'll know whether to leave or not.
Oh, Che says we've been listening for the last 3 years. Enjoy the porch sitting and home tours. Rented in Villages for a couple of months. Look forward to next visit. Yeah, come on down. Yeah, we're happy here. But yeah, it's really a unique place.
Martin Donlin, we don't have a Patreon lunch every month.
Yeah, the next one will be June.
It averages out about every other month. We're just too busy with a lot of other stuff to do it every month.
Yeah.
And the facts of it is, during the summer months, truthfully, I'd rather not do them at all because people travel. They're on vacation. They go up north to see mom and dad. Half the snowbirds leave, and so on and so forth. And so the group gets smaller when we have them.
But if you want to have lunch or have a drink or something, give us a call while you're here.
Yeah.
We may not have the Patreon lunch, but we'll go to lunch.
But if you're a Patreon member, let me just tell you, if you're a Patreon member, I notify about the lunches through Patreon and through memberships only. I do not put it on YouTube. And so if you're not a Patreon member, you're not going to get the invitation. I'm just saying, but you are a YouTube member, so you just keep watching that. And when I talk about the Patreon lunch, I'm trying to change the name little by little to members lunch, because the YouTube members are invited to come also.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's just, what, you got to let everybody come. The more the merrier, as far as the way I see it.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, and we'll let you know. Here's how it works. She sets it up. She tells me. Actually, she don't tell me. I go in there in my office to start cutting a video or editing a video, and there's a note laying in front of the computer saying, lunch, this date, this time, this is where. And then I make a little video and I put it on Patreon and members only and let you guys know. That's how I find out.
Yeah. And Irving Clark says if Pneumatic Fanatic was in Georgia, he was at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And yeah, that is where I remember it.
Well, he was at two of them. He went to Daytona first.
Yeah.
And then he went to Atlanta. I don't know, a week later, 2 weeks later, whenever that is.
Yeah.
And he said the Atlanta Motor Speedway was more fun than the Daytona was. Don't know.
Matter of crowd, I think, probably.
It's different. They're just different.
Well, now this weekend is Bike Fest at Leesburg.
Leesburg is this weekend.
So you'll probably see a lot of bikes out.
We used to go to a lot of bike fests. I loved them.
We did too. We don't have our bikes up here though. They're in the Keys.
Yeah, you take your car and walk around. Nobody cares.
We could.
Yeah.
We thought about it. We might. But now
we went to Daytona once.
Damn oysters, and now I want to go to
Hey, Richard.
Let me know when you go. We'll go. I'll meet you over there. I'm gonna get a burger and a beer. They got the best burgers right over there.
Yeah, we haven't decided just exactly where Judy's from, Jerry.
I don't know what she's doing.
She's got that
I'm
accent.
never doing anything. What is tomorrow?
Are you busy
Thursday.
tomorrow for lunch, Sue?
I actually have the ladies' lunch tomorrow.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Welcome to my world.
And Friday, I think we're going to watch the polo match.
Okay.
Are you going to the polo game?
I think we've never been.
Who's playing?
I have no idea.
Okay.
There's going to be people riding horses, I think.
Yeah.
I know, but
and in the fourth chucker, I think they if they get a certain amount of points, beer's free.
Oh, okay.
You get a free beer. Like I said, that's the way they used to. I don't know if they still do that.
Are you going to go out and replace the pucks?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
like I said, we've never gone. So our friends from the Keys, they closed June 9th, but they're here visiting with her sister, and they were going to go to the polo match on Friday. So we thought we might take the golf cart.
And I said we knew nothing about polo, but we did know it. Like I said, at halftime, when I call halftime, they go out and smash the divots.
And if you do that, you get free champagne.
Do you?
That's what somebody said.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's kind of cool.
I went to one polo match years when they first opened it up. And I sat there and the guy said, what'd you think? I said, it's the most boringest thing I ever watched in my life. Huh. I said, but they had hot dogs and beer.
There you go.
And that's what I did. I didn't care for it. But see, there's a difference. I mean, I think this time of the year, it's kind of like Little League Baseball. You're going to get Pepsi-Cola versus the Citizens Bank. Kids riding horses. But during the winter months, I believe, is when they actually have legit matches. Brazil versus Argentina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they come up here, have their own horses brought in. And
oh, wow.
Now, those might be a whole different story.
When it gets too hot, of course, they don't have them because of the animals.
Right.
So, this is probably the last week or two that they're even going to have them for the summer.
But, and then they don't have it again until October.
Yeah.
But to get tickets for it this time of year is probably cheap. Ours was only like, at that time, $5. Where are they now?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't get them?
No. We just got invited today.
You can take your golf cart and watch for free.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, tailgate it.
Tailgate.
We'll take the golf cart for sure.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
We take the cart everywhere.
Well, I do too, but it messes up her hair, so she don't like to go.
When was the last time you was in that golf cart?
Like mine.
Honey, I've got a thing full of hats.
I know. Me too.
But like I said, he hadn't been in the golf cart in months.
We have these hooks that hang on the wall when you come in the door and you hang your hat there. And I was sitting there this morning and I look up at the wall and there's like 8 hats. 8 hats hanging in the doorway.
Yeah.
And that's not even all of them. So I went over there and I left him 2 and me 2. And I put the rest in the closet. He says, "Where's my straw hat?" And I said, "It's in the closet." He said, "Oh, okay." And he bought another one. Oh, we stopped at Buc-ee's.
Oh, yeah.
Our first trip
Do
to
you love
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's?
That was cool. That was fun.
Yeah.
Was it busy?
It wasn't bad.
Really?
It wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
No. We stopped up in Georgia.
Okay. Which one? Macon?
I think so.
Yeah, there's one in Macon. There's one north of Atlanta. Calhoun or someplace.
It was south, so it was
Calhoun.
Yeah,
I think
Macon.
that's what it is. Yeah.
I've been to that one too. If I get a chance to go to Buc-ee's and I'm in the RV, there's no doubt where I'm going. I'm going to Buc-ee's.
Have you tried out the new one yet?
In Ocala?
Yeah.
They haven't got it built yet.
Oh, it's not? No.
They just got the permits.
Yeah. They'll get it built. And when they get it built, when I leave here, that's my first stop.
That'll be your first stop.
Yeah. Get gas.
You know what we did? We went to BJ's because I had to pick up a few things.
Yeah.
And if you spend $150, you get 50 cents a gallon off. So Bill's truck was just about empty, so we topped it off and we paid $2.61 a gallon.
That's a good deal, especially around here.
Well, yeah, but it was still a good pricing without the 50%.
Oh, yeah.
50 cents because, and then I get 50 cents off, and then if I use my BJ's credit card, I get another 10 cents off.
Yeah.
So we got 60 cents off a gallon.
When
we left, when we got into Texas, the average price there was for gas was $2.80-ish.
Oh, really?
Some was $2.85, some was $2.77, blah, blah, blah. But when we came back, this was weird. A month later, we heading home. The average price in Texas probably be around $3, and then the closer we got to Florida, the more it kept getting.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
It was $3.12 to $3.29 in Georgia. It was a little.
That's always the cheapest,
it was
right there.
It was cheaper in Alabama by about a nickel.
That's where Judy's from.
As soon as
Alabama.
That's what Jerry said. I wasn't
Florida, it went. And the closer we got down here, and they said the Keys, the gas is like $3.80.
Yeah. Well, it's going down here because they said the reason it went up was because of all the flooding down south in Fort Lauderdale and all. And they actually had the airports and everything shut down. The flooding was so bad.
There was no gas in the Keys.
Yes, that's what I heard. And so they said that's why it went up here.
Next to none.
Yeah.
They'd have a truck come in, people lined up, it was all gone.
Yeah.
And they have too many tourists. They can't, when they have an issue like this, they can't even take care of the people who live there, let alone the influx of tourists.
Right.
Yeah, we have a problem in this country with, in my opinion, is who do we take care of? And to me, there's just no question who we take care of.
Right.
But, it's just, I don't know. The government will have to figure it out because there's nothing we can do. All we can do is vote. And that's it. And then they do what they want.
Well, Kathy and Martin are celebrating their 39th anniversary when they're down here.
Hey, kids.
Cool.
Yeah, you're newbies. 52.
Congratulations.
So 39 is kids, yes. But they said
I'll tell you guys my philosophy about marriage license and how it should really be done.
Don't listen to him.
The world, according to Skip, let me tell you. Divorces are expensive. Everything is crazy. People hate each other. Some divorces have ended up in murder. I think contracts should be renegotiated every 10 years. Don't want to renew it? You just go your way. Everything's split down the middle, no matter what it is, bills and all, and then she goes her way. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
That sounds fair to me.
But they would like to meet up with us. So yeah, send us an email.
Want to go to O'Shucks?
I go to O'Shucks.
I don't know. I didn't really mean to promote the place or anything. It's just a funny subject. Somebody said something once about O'Shucks or whatever. So he went there once. He goes, "What a dump." I said, "You're exactly right. I'm not even going to argue about it. It's a dump. The ceiling looks like it's falling in. But I got to tell you, where else can you go around here and get $1 beer and a burger for $5? So for $6, I get a burger, French fries, and a beer. And here's the thing about French fries. It takes a while to get them because she has to hand peel the potato first to cut it up to French fry it. They didn't come out of a bag.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. And
so there's advantages to O'Shucks.
S. Nilmont.
And I've asked a lot of people when they go in there and say, "I went to O'Shucks the other day." I keep waiting for somebody to go, "What a dump!" But everybody tells me, said, "We loved it. It was a great place."
Somebody the other day had a picture of themselves in front of it. They went there. Yeah.
We got our picture in front of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Maybe that was you. Did you send it?
No, it was a single guy.
No, I don't think so. Unless it was Bill.
Yeah. S. Nilmont, do you guys know anyone that has looked at the Savannah Lakes in retirement community in McCormick, South Carolina? No, we didn't really look a lot in South Carolina.
We always looked in Florida.
Yeah, we looked in Florida because we knew what the weather was down here, and Carolina's kind of iffy. You know,
It can go either way. Yeah.
You know, you can get some really cold weather there, and it's really crappy weather. But like I said, we knew what it was.
South Carolina's a beautiful state.
It is.
They got a lot of what do you call them? What do you call them houses they got up? I don't want to call them like plantation type houses.
Oh, yeah.
But,
yeah, that's what they are, plantation
homes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that style.
Oh, yeah.
I do too. I like it a lot.
Oh, hey, Becky. But yeah, we didn't look a whole lot in Carolina. We knew we wanted to come to Florida. We'd seen this place years ago when we were still too young to be here. And we just knew, you know, if we could afford it, this is where we was coming.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like it.
We can't afford it, but we moved here anyway.
Well. And somebody's laughing at you.
Good.
But Kathy
if they're laughing at me, then they're not yelling at somebody else.
Yes, oh shucks. That's what she says. Yes, oh shucks.
Who's oh shucks?
Kathy Donlan.
They're leaving some other poor soul.
That's right.
Yeah,
leaving somebody else alone.
Well, I said her and Martin are coming down in May, I believe she said. So.
Those cousins are coming in May from the UK.
Oh, yeah?
She hates to fly.
Well.
And they stayed over in Cape Canaveral or Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach. That's where they stayed. And then they came over here for the day, and I took her in the golf cart.
Mm-hmm.
She went home and booked another trip. She hates to fly.
Like I said, it's truly unique. It is. I mean, we've been in a lot of the retirement places, and you know, and most all of them have golf carts and golf cart trails. But
she'd never been in one before.
Yeah, it's just not like this.
She beamed from ear to ear the whole time she was here.
Yeah.
And so we only had one cart, so her and I took the cart, and then the next stop, the boys took the cart, and then it was the boys' turn, and then we took the cart, and then it was the boys' turn, and she says, "Do we have to give them a turn?" I said, "Tell you what, sweetie, it's my golf cart." No, we don't. We'll see it when we get there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, trading back.
We'll meet you at the bar. Yeah. We'll see you at Beer World.
She loved it. So this time they're spending 2 days over there, wherever they're staying, and then they're spending 6 days here, and then 1 day over there, and they leave. Well, right by the airport, and then they leave.
Well, you know, we have people from Manchester, England, every year in October that they rented our patio villa. They flew over here every year.
Yeah, because you know, the weather was so much better than it was over there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Never really met him in person or anything, but I talked to him on the phone. He tried to call me, and I was real leery about answering the phone because of all them numbers. It goes, it's like, who God? I'm not answering that.
Yeah. I mean, I got a niece that lives there. She got married, and she went over there to school, found a guy, and got married and stayed there. And I remember my mom making such a big deal about it because she wanted to get dual citizenship.
Oh.
And my mom, you know, she was just up in arms. Well, why would she come from here? She should be, you know, her citizenship should be here. I said, well, there's a reason for that, Mom. You know, it had to do with the health care, I think. But,
I think a lot of Canadians do that. They get dual citizenship.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but
yeah.
I often wondered, if I got dual citizenship, do I get 2 Social Securities?
No.
How's that work? Seriously.
I don't know what you get from the other country.
Yeah, I don't either. But like I said, hers had something to do with health care. I know that. So
I know England's supposed to have better health care than we got, right?
They got to wait forever.
Yeah, they got to wait for it.
They got to wait to get their issue dealt with.
It's
so
free,
you break your leg, you just have to wait until they have time to work you in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that.
What's any different than if you go to the emergency room here and you're sitting out in the emergency room for 4 hours waiting to get in?
It's the difference between 4 hours and 4 weeks.
But I don't think they got emergency. If you cut a finger off and go to the emergency room, they're not going to tell you to go home with your finger and come back in 4 weeks.
No, I'm sure they're not. But
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That.
But say you need knee surgery.
Okay.
You get on a long list for that.
You do here
because you know it's the more serious stuff that goes first, so you could be in line forever.
Right.
said what to talk about. So
even though you can't walk no more, you're bone on bone in both knees, and you're hobbling.
it's not
along.
an emergency.
It's not an
Yeah.
emergency. It's
Yeah.
not going to kill you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Most of the people I know here are so damn stubborn anyway. They walk bone on bone voluntarily. They just don't want to go in.
Yep.
But when they finally do go in, then they come out and they say, "Boy, I wish I'd have done that a long time ago."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Shantae says last week we ate at both Oh Shucks and World of Beer in Spanish Springs, and Oh Shucks was a million times better.
Oh yeah.
We had fish and chips and $1 beer. Yeah, you know, we were in that World of Beer in Spanish Springs. Was not real pleased. I mean, it's different. The one in Brownwood is different than the one in Spanish Springs, and like I said, we weren't real crazy about it either. I'd take Oh Shucks
I didn't
first.
like the one in Brownwood. I thought it was dirty.
Yeah, I haven't been in there in ages, but
we sat outside on the porch, but there was trash everywhere.
We're inside World of Beer?
I was sitting on the patio outside.
On the patio?
But still, they need to...
On the table?
Everything was dirty.
So they don't have enough people cleaning off tables, what you're saying?
They're just standing back in there chatting and talking and on their phones. They weren't even...
Yeah.
And the food was like,
no good.
I forget what I had, but it was nothing to write home about.
I really never went to World of Beer to eat. If I go in World of Beer, it's because there's a particular beer I just got a craving for, like the black and white. I have got them down there a few times. I think they're way overpriced, but that's the only place you can get them. So I go in there and get one once in a while.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really have anything good or bad to say about World of Beer, but I just don't go there.
Yeah, it's not our favorite place.
All right. Karen Voller says that she knows a guy who waited 6 months for an MRI on a blown knee in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Could be.
And then Gringo Loker says, my daughter is a tri-national. U.S. from him, Nicaragua from her mom, and Costa Rica by birth.
Oh.
That's cool. I wondered how that would work as far as healthcare goes.
Healthcare
that would be confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than business practices, I'm just trying to think, what's the advantage of having all that? I mean, I can travel to Nicaragua. I don't need to be a citizen there.
Well, I had a boss one time. She was born in Canada, raised in Germany because her father was in hospitality and he was a chef. And she got her American citizenship because they wouldn't hire her if she wasn't an American. But she wouldn't renounce her Canadian citizenship.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. If you want to be an American, then you be an American. You give that away.
Well, that's like I said, my mom was really up in arms. She thought you don't give up your American citizenship, to go to another country. And I thought she was getting dual citizenship, but maybe she's just going to one. But I know their health care is free there, and that's why a lot of people do. I think my son had that idea when he went to North Dakota. Yeah. He thought maybe, just right across the border and he'd be, that it didn't work out that way.
No.
There's nothing free.
Well, yeah.
You may not be paying it out of your own billfold or writing a check, but somebody's paying for that health care.
Right.
Somehow, somewhat. Just like here, we don't have no state income tax. So I think, well, you don't pay state income tax. But there's other things that we're paying here.
Oh, yeah, they make it up.
That they make up with that.
Yeah. And she said that he finally got into an ortho. He paid €6,000 to get in for surgery.
€6,000, is that real money?
It said otherwise it'd been over a year of pain and not working before he could get in. So she said 6,009.
I don't know what the exchange rate is, but he's from Canada, and I'm always picking on him about how much. How did I put it? How much cheaper it is here than there or something? And he tells me about the exchange rate. I guess it's not good.
No.
For Canadians.
Well, he gave us $50 for the Make-A-Wish fund. And Skip says, and how much is that in American? He said, it is American.
Well, he just says in Canada, he said that $50 cost me $80.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's how it is. Something like that.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I said, everybody's got their own thing, but I'm happy right here. I want to go see everywhere else, but as far as living, I just soon live here as anywhere. I don't know. Italy might make a difference. Yeah, because I think I would like Italy a lot. And they just come back from Greece.
I feel like I'd like their food a lot.
Yes.
Italy and France. France kind of appeals to me. Actually, Spain kind of appeals to me too. Well, actually, Greece. I kind of like looking at Greece too.
Well, you might just want to do a whole European tour.
We talked about that, about going over there somewhere and getting a cruise.
Making like a month.
A cruise that goes down the coast over there and stops at different places for a couple days here, a couple days there.
Yeah, and then we could go back to the ship and
cool?
know he was still in American territory.
Really cool.
Yeah, I kind of like to do something like that before, I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah. But
I'm not getting in a wheelchair.
Kind of
you never know. I mean, we have a neighbor that was back here. He's been gone a year now. Probably the youngest guy in our neighborhood. I'm going to say maybe 50 or 60. He come in here when he's like 55. 5 years later, he's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about living here is you lose a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Because we're all, of a certain age.
Older. Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, she said the 6,000 pounds is, it's 6,000 euros. It's 66.29.95 in USA.
So it's cheaper. Right? In other words, it's cheaper to get it done there. But you got to get the euros from, so it's actually going to cost her more American dollars to get the euros over there. I guess I don't get the advantage.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, it's because for the little stuff, you get in, get out.
Does the doctor speak English?
She didn't say. Karen says that my daughter hated living in Italy. They were there 3 years in Naples. Oh, yeah. Well, and then everybody's telling me in a lot of places, just like France, they really don't like Americans that much. That's what I've been told. But, I just want to be a tourist. So I don't know if they hate tourists or they just hate Americans. But I really, there's a lot of things I'd rather see. And we took the last cruise.
Well, I always thought I'd like to go to Israel and Jerusalem, too, to see some of the religious sites. Mm-hmm. Because I think that'd be kind of cool. But, you're almost taking your life in your own hands to go there. You never know when some Palestinian's going to fly a bomb over there.
Yeah. Gringo Loco says Costa Rica has free health care. Pregnant neighbor had her ultrasound scheduled for 37 days after her due date.
Oh, nice.
Eye exams are usually a 10-month wait. Bernie Sanders would call this great. I guess we know what political side you're on.
William says, my Aunt Sally drank a 1.75 liter of...
Evan Williams.
Oh, Evan. Okay, Evan Williams bourbon every week. Wow. Is she still alive? I'm just curious.
I used to drink Evan Williams.
She didn't have any bugs. They were all dead.
My grandpa, he had rock and rye. He had a lot of injuries from World War II, I guess it would be. And I went to his house. I used to stop by his house every day on my way home from work. Just see how you doing. And he was in there one day, and he had a bottle of rock and rye sitting next to his couch on the end table. Uh-huh. And I'd never seen rock and rye before. And they had fruit and stuff floating around in there. And I said, what is that? He said, that's my, you talking about medicine. He said, that's my medicine. I said, for what? He said, he said, he had his leg amputated. And he said, sometimes my leg gets to bother me at night, and I can't hardly sleep. He said, I just take a shot of rock and rye, and he says, it makes the pain go away. And he said, I can go back to sleep. Or he said, if it bothers me during the day, because back when he had it, they didn't have the artificial legs like they do today. His was a big, heavy thing. Belts went around here, up and over the shoulder. I mean, it was a thing. And his leg would get sore carrying that thing around.
Oh, I can imagine.
And so the end of the story was, he said, well, if it bothers me too much, I just take another shot. He said, and after a while, he said, I just don't give a damn.
Yeah. Martin Donald says, I drink rock and rye every time I get a cold.
That was my grandpa's favorite drink, was rock and rye. That and Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Yeah, when was the last time you seen a Pabst?
Here's this thing about his leg, though. It was the gas pedal leg, the right leg.
Yeah.
And it was amputated. He had it amputated like 6 times. And by the last time I did it, it was above the knee. Uh-huh. So he controlled, now, you got to follow me here. At that time, he's like 70-some years old. Eyesight's not good. He had several operations on his eyes so he could see. Uh-huh. And he picked me up. He got this new Buick Wildcat. And he picks me up and he said, let's go for a ride in my new car. He said, I'll show it to you. He said, okay. He said, I'm going to go to your dad's house. He said, you want to go down there with me? I said, okay, we'll go. I sit in the passenger seat. And back then, nobody wore seatbelts. Now, this car had them, but we just never wore them. Well, we're going down the road, and Grandpa controlled his leg. It always was like that. And he controlled it with the hip. He had to move his hip up and down to get the gas pedal to work. And in his wild book, he had a thing called a tattletale. It was a little knob you turned on the speedometer to a speed. If you got above that speed, a buzzer went off, and it kind of warned him. We're going down the road, and that's all he's talking. And I hear this. I said, Grandpa, buzzer's going. You know that damn thing. He just crank it up to 120 because as he's talking to you, he would sit and relax in the seat, and his leg would push the gas pedal down. And he wasn't paying no attention. We're on these 2-lane roads doing 90 miles an hour, just flying down these roads. And I'm going down the road, and I'm looking for the seatbelt because I know we're going to crash.
Oh, Aunt William, you crack me up, man. Says my Aunt Sally drank a 1.75 liter of Evan Williams every week. When she passed away, we put her ashes in the last bottle. The ash filled the bottle perfectly.
Really?
That's great. That's funny.
Well, Kathy B says the college kids still drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. Because
actually, I think Pabst Blue Ribbon, no, the last few years is making a comeback. I'm starting to see more and more of it. You never saw it for a long time.
Well, everybody's giving up on the Bud, you know.
Well, yeah.
The Bud Light.
What's the thing with the Bud? I keep seeing, but I don't know what's going on.
Put a trans person on the can.
Oh, they're protesting it?
Yeah, and then a couple of big music guys, you know, got word of it, and they put out their own YouTube video.
I'm going to say that's not good because Bud's always been about sports.
Yeah.
Budweiser.
They're not even American anymore. They're Belgian.
No, they're not. They sold out, and I don't know. I say that's part of the downfall of half of our stuff.
Yeah.
Half of our good meat here is owned by Chinese companies.
Yeah.
And they take the beef and they put it on a ship after it's butchered, and they send it over to China. We don't get it. Matter of fact, North Dakota governor just passed a law up there now. No outside country can buy land in North Dakota no more. They said,
well, that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do in Florida.
They need to because, you know, it's getting, not because I don't think it's a bad business decision. It's just this world's getting crazy.
I don't know if it's no country or if it's just China. It might be just China.
Yeah.
You know who's really in control of all this? The American people's in control of all of this.
It should be.
If you quit going to Walmart and buying crap,
yeah,
that's China's biggest customer.
Yep.
And the only way you can stop this, quit going to Walmart and buying the crap.
There you go.
Go to Target.
Oh, my.
Well, that's not China's biggest customer. You got to start somewhere. You start at Walmart.
What, they're their second biggest?
Hey, listen, you guys think that don't work, but I'm here to tell you, when African Americans was protesting something years ago, they did what they call an economic boycott of a particular store or company, where nationwide, black people here would not patronize that store. And it changed things.
Okay.
So, as American people, black, white, brown, and pink, quit going to Walmart.
Yeah. But, you know, anymore.
I should start a YouTube channel called Skip's Rant.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's another idea, Skip's Rant.
Well, they see all that on here, so you don't have to do that much work. We're getting past the 2 mark.
Well, it hasn't froze up yet.
Okay.
Always wait till it freezes up.
Sharon S. Kane says, amen, Skip.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, Wild Bill didn't make it, apparently.
Well.
He would have called me if he got
You kidding me? I'm telling you what he's doing. You're gone. He's sitting out in the back of the 9 now. He ain't working the truck. He's done with that if he's done.
He already had the truck washed. He was cleaning the inside. It was filthy.
You probably have food there you tell him he can't have because it's not unhealthy. You can't drink this. Wait till I get home. He's out there eating it and drinking it right now because you ain't there.
But I don't tell him he can't have anything.
Really?
It would, no.
You don't make him feel guilty?
No.
Yeah.
If he
Bill, you shouldn't eat that.
The only time I made, when we stopped at, what do you call that place? Buc-ee's. Bill got a banana pudding.
They got banana pudding
They
there?
got banana pudding. It's $5.99 for a cup, and it is really
Is
good.
it warm?
No, it's cold.
Okay.
But I had a bite of it, and he says, how is it? All of a sudden, it was really good. I said, oh, it's horrible. He said, really? I said, yeah, I think it's bad. So he says, oh, I'm sorry. How was I to know?
Did he taste it?
No.
He threw it out?
No, then he just saw the look on my face and he realized I was lying.
Oh, okay.
But it was really good. They have good banana pudding.
Okay.
They have all kinds of stuff in there.
It's
What?
like $5.99 for a cup.
Did you see the sandwiches that they make in there on the counter in there?
I got a burrito. It was chicken and rice and corn and black beans. Oh, it was a little spicy.
Yes.
I haven't had that yet, but I'm thinking about getting that next time.
I got
It's a little
the vegetable.
spicy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I don't mind a little
vegetable
spice.
One. It was very, very good.
Didn't make you cry, did it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then it's not that spicy.
No,
No,
I'm
but there's
okay.
a lot of chicken in it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's loaded. They didn't short you on any one item. When they made it, they made sure it had plenty of everything.
What's the number one sandwich they sell in there? We've got it a couple of times.
Brisket,
yeah.
Or the pulled pork. I got the pulled pork.
It's a lot to eat.
Pulled pork.
The pulled pork ain't bad, really but the brisket is a lot to eat.
But when I quit eating meat, I was looking for something to eat, and they had the vegetable. The vegetable wraps or the burritos, and that was very good.
Too. I wished I'd tried the brisket tacos.
They're supposed to make breakfast things in there, like breakfast tacos or breakfast something.
I didn't see any breakfast.
We're never in there that early.
No.
Always in there in the middle of the night.
Anyway, we got that, and we sat in the truck and ate.
Yeah, we've done that.
We was in the AC.
When you got your RV, you just go back there and pull out the table and.
We camped. Where did we camp? Oh, we camped at what's the name of that place? Oh, Carol's Sausage. Did you ever stop at Carol's Sausage?
I don't think so.
Carol's Sausage is a country market, but they have RV slots. It's $40 for the night, full hookups, and you get a $10 gift card for the meat market in there.
Oh, cool. And that's in Alabama?
No, it's in Georgia.
Georgia.
Mile marker 82
Okay.
on 75. There's another one, but I don't think it has the camping. And no reservations. They're adding 30 more slots.
Cool.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. It's a nice stop.
How far is that from the Buc-ee's up there to Macon? Is that after Macon, before Macon?
That was, it's between here and Macon, halfway.
Okay.
Okay, so where the peach is? Or the frog?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
But we camped there, and then I went in, and they make their own sausage. I got stuffed pork chops wrapped in probably a quarter pound of bacon.
Oh my
gosh. Big, thick bacon. I got 2 of those. I mean, they're like this big. And then I got 4 different kinds of homemade sausage. And I got the applewood bacon, the thick stuff. And everything that I bought, and my freezer is full, by the way, after my $10 gift card, $32.
Wow.
I filled up the RV freezer. I had to put some in the fridge because it wouldn't all fit.
Wow.
William says, do you ever go to Mystic Ice Cream? I've been there a couple of times. I don't go out of my way to go there. I just think it's pricey ice cream. It's good. When we had the block party, which you guys haven't seen that video yet, Mystic was supposed to show up with their truck at our block party, and they never. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
She heard him coming before we did.
She really does have a thing about the trucks.
And FedEx is the one that brings her chewing.
Go figure. Or maybe she wants him to stop.
Well, I guess we're going to probably head out.
That's a good doggy. Good doggy.
I think it was this hot.
Good doggy. Good doggy.
I'm kind of wilting a little bit.
Okay. Oh, and KM, have a safe trip. You never said what
you were there for. Have we decided on lunch at O'Shucks, when and where?
I'm very envious. I wish I was there.
I guess Thursday's out.
Tomorrow.
When can you go?
Friday's good.
Friday's good. If Bill's not doing anything, he might still be washing the truck on Friday.
And what have we got tonight? Well, yeah, we got.
Tonight's Wednesday, and tonight we're having the.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're taping that.
We're going to do some recording tonight.
Yeah.
And Thursday you have your luncheon.
Yeah, the ladies' lunch here for the neighborhood. I have the ladies' lunch for the neighborhood, and it's tomorrow. But that's from 11:30 to probably 1.
I don't know if he wants to go to Polo or if he'd rather go to O'Shucks. I'd rather go to O'Shucks. We can do Polo on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, no, we go to O'Shucks anytime.
Oh, I mean,
so if the Polo's only going to be here for a certain amount of time, then it'll be gone.
Hey, where you at? You couldn't find your phone.
Well, what are you talking on now?
Okay. When do you want to go to O'Shucks? they're we're thinking Friday, but then we might not get to do polo. Is that okay with you? We can do polo on Sunday. Okay, Friday lunch then. All right. Well, polo is after. Yeah, but I don't think we'll be able to make it. So we'll pick them up. All right, bye.
What did you say about polo? It's after what?
It doesn't start till 3.
We were going to leave it. It starts at 3.
Well, why don't we just meet you there? That way, when we get done, however long it takes down there, you guys can go from there straight up 301 to go to the polo field.
No, we're going to go to polo on Sunday.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So what time do you want us to pick you up for lunch on Friday?
Okay, we don't do things early.
Lunch is noon.
Okay.
12 or 1? What? Just tell me what time, and that's what time we'll be here. I'll put it in my phone so I don't forget.
12 will be fine.
12 o'clock. So we'll pick you guys up at noon on Friday.
Okay.
Here's the calendar.
And Gringo, the ladies' lunch is ladies only. It's the ladies in the neighborhood. Skip wouldn't be caught dead there.
under the political rules nowadays, you could be a lady on Friday or tomorrow if you want to be. You can just say, today I identify myself as a woman, and then you could just go.
He just wanted to know where I hid you on the days of the ladies' lunch.
I stay here and drink beer, and I usually dick around on the computer, or sometimes I sit out here and make fun of people as they drive by.
Yeah, he enjoys himself while I'm not here.
I do. It's quiet.
Like there's any noise when I'm here.
God, I wish it was Friday. See what he did? I love oysters.
Oh, yeah? He made you hungry?
So I'll be chomping at the bit until we have them.
Yeah, well, I said if we didn't have other things we had to do this evening, we'd go this evening. But because I haven't had scallops in a long time. That's something I noticed in Texas. They have shrimp and oysters. They didn't have any scallops. Everywhere we went, they didn't have scallops.
William Russo says, I'm eating Bucky nuts today.
So it tastes like chicken.
He bought Bucky nuts.
You have to get Bucky nuts when you go.
Oh, and he got one of them straw hats, those big straw hats.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see them.
The Bucky nuts are addictive. They are. It's all sugar.
You know, I'm going to say they come out with flavors now.
Yeah. I really like the barbecue. I got the barbecue.
No, his look like they look like they're Cocoa Pops.
Gringo Logo says, identify as a tomato, and you must respect that.
Delilah identifies as a pit bull.
Well, okay. I'm not allowed to argue about it anymore.
No, you're not.
Oh, and
I just wonder, as time goes on and all this silliness keeps going like this, which I don't understand why.
It's dumb.
How is an application going to look someday?
Oh, yeah.
How is your medical information going to look when you have to fill that out? Male, female, other?
Some of them already are.
William says, my ex was half Irish and half Chinese. All she would do was drink and do laundry.
All right. Uh-oh, we're done.
Oh, okay. Yep. Oh.
Okay, we're done. That was our sign there. Thanks for coming by. See you all later. And I don't know. Come on down and visit.